All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again with another Chelsea watch-along. Hopefully, we go into the FA Cup final. I keep thinking about Champions League final. I was going to say, hopefully, we make it to the Champions League final. It's so difficult to get over that particular scenario. As much as I'm so proud about our performance, it still hurts the fact that the way we got out when we had the game in our hands, I suppose. But it is what it is. There's still a particular silverware to win, and this is a important silverware. It is. FA Cup is an important silverware. Why not? Domestic Cup. One, I hope we make it to the final. That's the number one thing, not disregarding Crystal Palace. Could be a bit of a banana skin. They are always a bit difficult. I mean, this season we've beaten them, yes. Last time around it was a bit difficult. Right at the end we pipped them, but earlier in the season we got them. And I think last year as well we were very strong against them. But Crystal Palace, they have a knack of, doing well against some of these top teams. We've seen it with Man City. We've seen it recently with Arsenal. Ishan, my boy, how you doing?
Woo! Let's go, man. It's match day, and this time it's for Chelsea, isn't it? We've done a good watch along yesterday for Man City with Liverpool, and it's gonna be. Let's see if it's gonna be Liverpool and Chelsea again for the finals.
Exactly, man. I mean, it's very important we get through this match. Before we look at the lineup, and before I do a shout out to the people that have joined in, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you come in. Very important, the likes for the growth of the channel. The channel has been growing really, really well. Thank you to each and every one of you guys. That has been the key component for this. And yeah, as I said, the likes are, when it comes to the algorithm of the growth, it's very, very important. Ishan, look, it's very important that we make it to the FA Cup final. Of course it is, and to win it. But before we think about all of that, Crystal Palace could be a potential banana skin, and we want to make sure that we treat this game with a lot of respect. We can't expect Crystal Palace to just bend over for us and just let us do whatever we please with them. They're going to be difficult. And I know they're missing some key players in the sense of Conor Gallagher, I believe Olise and Tariq Mitchell. But, I mean, how important is it, Ishan, that you don't see our team be complacent, that we need to snap out from that Real Madrid situation and let's move on?
Yeah, man, this is one of the concerning points, and I was talking to my friend Jason also about this, that whenever it seems like we're on a good roll, we play some high intensity match, it seems like we give 100%, and then we play a match like where it seems like we just don't want to play a match. The intensity is low, the ambition is low.
Or we expect to just win. Like if we show up, we just win.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Maybe be complacent. You know what I mean? Be overconfident in one sense. So yeah. I hope that this is not one of the matches, because we very well know the fact that out of all the possible opponents, Crystal Palace was one of the favorable opponents that we could have. You know what I mean? Yeah. It could have been the other way around. Maybe we could have, tied with the Liverpool and Man City again. That would have been very, very difficult for us.
Yes.
You know why? Because we've already faced a high-octane Santiago Bernabeu semi-final against Real Madrid. Coming back to FA Cup final, if we would have faced a Man City or a Liverpool, it would have been mammoth for us.
Bro, Liverpool was flying yesterday. That was exactly. A strong Liverpool,
right? Even if we would have faced that B Man City team, things would have been very, very difficult for us. You know what I mean? But since it's Crystal Palace, we might not be that much concerned comparatively to what Man City or Liverpool is. But then again, on the same page, we should be totally ready for Crystal Palace. Anything can happen. We should have our guards up, and definitely no room for complacency. Go for the win.
100%. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. Thank you for joining. Smash the like button as you come through. As I said, very important to the growth of the channel. You guys have been a massive component for that. Shout out to Vinny Rowley, thank you so much for joining. Shingo, thank you so much for the DM as well. Much appreciated. Shubro, my brother, thank you so much for joining. G11W, good to see you. Adam Lucas, for F's sake, CFC Dailies at Wembley, game over for us. I mean, let's hope he can bring us some success this time. Is good to see you. Who do you think is the most player that we really need to sign next season? I mean, look, probably not the best time to talk about this as we want to build up to this match, but yeah, this is a huge topic. And it's something that we can have a different stream about. Shubro at Adam Lucas, I think the final record is bad, not semi-final record. In Life No Limits, Sup Miz and Ishan, good to see you, my man. Really appreciate that. Shingo, if we want to get the best out of Werner, he should play with second striker. I suspect wing-back system is suitable for him. He needs to be in more central. This is what I talked about, ladies and gentlemen. Check out my recent video about Timo Werner, where I touched on this particular point. Make sure you check that out. Sai Krishna, big up Miz and Ishan, much appreciated. Sai, always good to see you. Mohammed Uzair, my man, good to see you. Big up Miz and Ishan. We must carry on the momentum from the Real Madrid performance to the rest of the season. We must win FA Cup, beat Arsenal and United. Undoubtedly, we have only got a handful of games and no more Champions League. So, the matches are not going to be on a frequent basis. We should have a bit of gap in between. Ishan, I want to ask you about this, as Mohammed Uzair is saying. We need to treat these remaining few games as the platform for next season. Really finish the season off strong so that we can focus on what we want to do next season in terms of challenging for many titles. How disappointed would you be if you start seeing the team dropping points again and not being clinical? Like that Real Madrid performance, that's what I want to see. The first 75 minutes, not after. The first 75 minutes is what I want to see almost every game. How important is it for you, bro?
Oh, it is huge. It is mammoth. I mean, I think so, Miz. Most importantly, this season, I think so. We should concentrate on getting a silverware first in our trophy cabinet for this season, which is FA Cup possibly. And apart from FA Cup, I don't think so we're there in any competition. So this is the only chance. We had Carabao Cup finals. I think so. This is the semi-final we play. If we go through the finals, this should be our main target, because if you add a silverware to your name, at least you have something to be proud of. You know what I mean? It's like ending a season on a high, regardless, So first of all, I would want my team to end on a high with the silverware added on the trophy cabinet. Apart from that, I think so I would also, just like you said, end high on Premier League. Maybe we know the fact that the title race for us is over, but then still give it a competition to Liverpool or Man City.
Get as close as possible. Get as close as possible. You know what I mean?
Get it more closer, at least for the confidence boost. You know what I mean? Last couple of seasons, in fact, we finished fourth and we were nowhere near the title race. This time around, we're third and we were in the title race. In fact, we were on the top of the table until November, and then we started to derail in the Premier League. Now it's like for the remaining 8 matches to be specific, go out there and try to win every single match. Do you know what I mean? Try the bench strength. Get the boys back on form. The guys who are probably off form, for quite some time, like a Hakim Ziyech, like a Timo Werner, probably like a Lukaku, even for that matter. Get these guys on, onto the pitch. Try to get them on form, because it's really important. Do you know what I mean? Because definitely, we know that there might be changes. But then in next season, we cannot expect every single player to be replaced. Do you know what I mean? There might be transfers here and there, but we cannot expect every single players to just get replaced by someone else. We cannot expect the likes of Werner, Lukaku, Hakim Ziyech, Pulisic, everybody to go off. There will be players who are going to stay. So it's so important for us to get these guys back on form. That I think so. This should be the motive and objective for us.
No, 100% agreed. Alan Lucas is saying, how is Anthony Taylor still allowed to referee Chelsea games, man? I pray.
Is it Anthony Taylor again today?
Again, apparently. The live chat, let us know. Is it Anthony Taylor again today? I mean, if this guy is the referee today, wow. I hope this guy doesn't do any madness, man. He's screwed us up so many times. It's not even funny. Shingo, stop the Liverpool quadruple, 100%. Can't have Liverpool winning the quadruple. I'm okay if they win one or two here. Definitely not FA Cup. We need to beat them in the FA Cup. I would like City to win the league, so then they get screwed there. And then if they win the Champions League, then they screw City. So screw each other. Absolutely go ahead and screw each other. I've got no issues with it. Obviously, they've got the Carabao Cup where they screwed us. We need to screw them back, hopefully, if we go to the FA Cup final. Shubra, we have to play to our fullest. Mentality should be on the top every time. That's what City and Liverpool has. 100% right. Jeff Riley, big up Miz and Ishan. Good to see you, Jeff. Mark Ferreira is saying, I'm wearing Arsenal shirt because CFC jerseys kept for washing. Lol. No offense. That's strange. That's strange. How could you wear Arsenal?
What is that?
Yeah, that's strange. Shubhansh Singh is saying, Ishan, sir, BIMG. There you go. Must be one of your mates, Ishan. Yeah?
Yes, probably he's my room. So
Nice one.
he's now in the coin gang as well. So big up to you so much.
All right. The coin gang gets bigger and bigger. That's right. I love it. Jeff Knightley, Anthony Taylor is the FA's hitman. Yeah. So, Krishna, is it? It is Anthony Taylor today, and heard he is retiring next season. Oh man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait till this guy retires.
It's party time for us.
And maybe before he retires, he'll look to screw us up as many times as possible. Joey Flynn, good to see you. Let's do it, boys. 100%. Let's have a look at the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about that now. The match, we still have a bit of time until the match starts. Ishan, this is the lineup. Edouard Mendy, Cesar Azpilicueta, Christensen, Antonio Rudiger, Reece James, Jorginho, Mateo Kovacic, Marcos Alonso, Timo Werner, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz. I suspect it's not really Timo Werner and Mason Mount as the 10s. I probably would say it's Timo and Kai Havertz up front with Mount as a 10 and then Reece James and Alonso bombing forward. I have to say, Ishan, I'm a little bit surprised that we changed it a little bit. I really expected to keep our form in terms of Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing on that left side in the midfield, Reece James as a right back. I would have expected Rudiger and Christensen as the two CBs and Alonso as a left back. Because now Reece James, let's face it, he'll play as a proper wing back. So will Alonso. But I would have liked us to play that back four because we were looking good under Southampton and Real Madrid. And it is what it is. This formation is something that we understand. I mean, Ishan, how you feel about this, bro?
Yeah, I think so. Can't complain much. I think so. I'm happy with this. Although I'm not sure the selection of Jorginho, if I can justify that, but I think so.
That's the one player that I singled out that he has to step up, Ishan. He really does.
Yeah, 100%. We know he can. It's not that he's been poor right from the beginning. It's more like he's on a bad patch of form. But I think so. It should have been N'Golo Kante in place of Jorginho tactically as well, because I think so. Crystal Palace are not going to sit back. They're going to come at us. It's going to be equally balanced, possession style and also attacking the way they attack. They're good at pressing as well. Although they don't have a Conor Gallagher, but then they're good at pressing as well.
They're physical as well, Ishan. They're physical.
They're physical as well, and they're a good counter-attacking team as well. So it's a good balanced team that I find Crystal Palace, and I think so. N'Golo Kante would have been an important player to us, but then it is what it is. I think so. If it's Jorginho, probably he needs to step up and play at his best.
100%, man. I mean, I tweeted something out, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to hear from you guys what you think about it. I personally don't think Jorginho's had a good season. He might have had a good game here and there, but overall, I don't think he's had a good season. And if you look at that particular team, most of them have had a okay-ish season. Most of them. Even Alonso has put on some really, really good performances here and there. It's Jorginho out of that entire group that I feel hasn't really had a good season. And this is coming from someone who likes Jorginho, and I want him to have a very good game today. He's a big personality for the team, and I hope he has a good game. Matija Kovacic is one that I'm really looking forward to see how he performs. He's probably been our best midfielder. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Jonathan and Taryn live from Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge,
doing?
Wembley.
Wembley, sorry. Wembley.
I know you're excited, Liz. I know you're excited.
How you guys doing?
Really good, really good. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, man. We're buzzing. Wembley's looking amazing. Is it going to be a full stadium, boys?
Yeah, it should,
Yeah,
be.
it should be.
Palace are out in their force. They've been very vocal on the train.
Can you see Palace?
Can you see the flags on the other side, yeah?
It looks incredible.
Yeah. What's the composition, boys? Do you guys know how many Palace fans, how many Chelsea fans?
It's
Any
probably
idea?
split, obviously,
Yeah,
about 35,000 each, and then you've got 20-odd thousand corporate and hospitality and stuff.
Wow.
But as I said, they've been vocal. They're out in force. It's not often they get to a semi-final, is it? So they're obviously pretty happy. But in terms of the stadium, it's getting really full now, and it's looking really good.
That's brilliant. I mean, boys, it's so important we make it to the final. I was just talking to Ishan in the live chat that we can't be complacent. I'm a bit weary how we're going to start this match because off the back of that Real Madrid really good performance. I mean, how important is it for you boys that Chelsea really comes out all guns blazing?
Yeah, I think we need to go off the back in the first 10 minutes and really stamp our authority on the game. Maybe get a few good shots on target. Similar to the Real Madrid game, we started off on the right foot and we ended up not great in the end, but we kind of did play well in terms of the game. Say with the Southampton game, teams like Palace, if you let them start off the game better than you, it just reflects and puts value in us the whole game. So I think we start off in the first 10 minutes, get a goal hopefully. One of the front three, I think, should really push forward. I think Timo Werner will be playing on the last man today.
I mean, Taryn, how much are you looking forward to Timo Werner? Talk to me.
He's got the Timo shirt on as well.
I've got the shirt on that you got for me, Miz, today. So,
all right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been a difficult season for him. And, it's been a difficult season for him, but the last few games you're starting to see why you can see my haircut as well. It's not great. you can see why I fell in love with him as a player in general. Just that pressing that it's a fact that every time Timo Werner plays, we play better as a team because he opens up space and he presses well. So at the start of the season, I remember we did a preview for the Crystal Palace home game that we had. He said that day, and I kind of said that Vieira is a very good pressing manager. He plays a lot of intensity, but that first game they sat back a lot, and I was quite surprised. But today, I reckon they will be pushing up and trying to close the spaces and trying to press players like Jorginho and Alonso, who are quite susceptible to mistakes. So, it's going to be a very good game, and there's going to be a lot of space in behind for Werner and Havertz to run him behind.
No, 100%. I want to talk to you guys about the lineup. I mean, I really wanted to continue to see that Southampton, Real Madrid. Like, my ideology is, boys, if it's not broken, let's not fix it. Let's continue with the momentum. Let's continue with the form. I really like the way we had the four at the back with Reece James playing more as a right back, Alonso as a left back, Ruben Loftus-Cheek being in the team, playing in the midfield. I mean, are you guys a little bit surprised that we've gone back to our status quo with the wing backs, three at the back? I mean, what's your thoughts?
I'm not surprised. I was saying to Taryn on the train here, I honestly felt that James would go back to right wing back, caused their left side a lot of problems because they've got, Zaha and Mitchell on that left hand side that like to go forward. And obviously Azpilicueta for his experience. I also called the Jorginho Kovacic just for a little bit. Their midfield isn't that dynamic today with no Gallagher Palace, so I felt like James was needed on the wings. And obviously the front three is the most important part, as Taryn said. The fluidity, the movement, and a big day again for the man who likes a big occasion, Kai Havertz, my guy who, I'm looking today for a goal and assist. I'm looking or at least for some impact. Because it is a game we cannot take lightly, we cannot underestimate. We need to get to another final. We've lost 2 FA Cup finals in a row. The season could really peter out if we don't get to this FA Cup final because this, 3rd, 4th place is pretty much done with the teams around us losing games seemingly every week. So today I'm looking for a lot of dynamism up front, the moving of positions, and we've got players on the bench that can come on if needed. You've got your Pulisic, your Ziyech, your Lukaku. So I'm looking for a strong start. Like you said, it may be a little bit of a hangover, but no, a strong start and hopefully a goal.
Yeah, look, I want to ask you guys one final question before we let you guys go. Obviously, match is going to start in about 10 minutes. Oh wow, the noise is good, man. The
It's
fans are
loud. It's
coming
good.
in.
It's good.
It's good. It really is good, man. Just reminds me of our times together, Jonathan, at Abu Dhabi, man. Those days were
Oh, it was
fantastic.
incredible. But you won't
Fantastic.
get my analysis today. Taron was sitting here with the analysis, the mid game. Those little bits during the game are so important, just to dissect. It's always good fun to talk in the stadium with obviously you, Miz, and Taron. We've done it all season. We've had a good season following Chelsea. We now need to top it off with some silverware.
100%. I was going to ask you guys one last question before I let you go. Look, everyone in that starting 11 for me has had somewhat of a good sort of time here and there. Even Alonso at times has had some good games. Real Madrid was the pinnacle for me, for him this particular season. He had a really good performance. But the one player that I particularly feel hasn't really had a good season, and this is coming from someone who likes this particular player, is Jorginho. I mean, I'm really looking forward that because the opposition, they've got a lot of physical players, or a lot of players that can damage you in the counter. Are you guys looking forward for a good performance from Jorginho, not just to control the tempo, but overall have a overall package of the game and have an impact on the game itself?
I think with Jorginho, it's been a benefactor of that crazy summer where there was practically no breaks, come straight into the Super Cup, and then straight into the season. A very high, very intense physical league. So I think he's been a victim of that. A lot of Italian players, especially in the Juventus team, Chiellini, Bonucci, Locatelli have all been victims of this thing. So he looks much worse on transition. Last season, I remember in many games he was actually covering quite a lot of ground and working well, but now he seems to be getting done physically. He doesn't seem to be just one step behind all the other players. But
you can hear that.
Today's going to be a massive game alongside Kovacic. It's a big game for him to stamp with authority again on the team.
100%. Well, boys, look, it's shaping up nicely over there. The noise is getting louder, which is fantastic. Enjoy the game. And Ishan, any words you want to say to the boys before we let you go?
Hey, boys, Jonathan, Darren, first of all, thank you so much for, joining us live from Wembley. It's looking like an absolute mind-blowing stadium there. So first of all, thank you so much. And second of all, just give your score predictions. You know what I mean?
Oh,
if you can hear me, I'm going with 6-0 Chelsea. I'm not joking. Seriously.
3-1. But it's going to be tough. An early goal could make a big difference here.
Brilliant. All right, boys. Well, we'll let you go, and we shall see you guys hopefully for the review after the match.
See you later.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Enjoy the game.
Take care. Thank you. See ya. Let me just sort this out. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is always good to see Jonathan Taron from the stadium. Always gives a good insight, good value. And also live footage from the stadium is always fantastic. Okay, let's get back into this again, ladies and gentlemen. I actually thought Tarek Mitchell wasn't playing, but he is actually. This is the Crystal Palace lineup. Wilfried Zaha, Jean-Philippe Mateta, Abirichi Eze, James MacArthur, Sheikh Kouate, Jeffrey Schlupp, Tarek Mitchell, Mark Geehee, Joachim Anderson, Joel Ward, Jack Butland. Ishan, our boy Mark Geehee is probably one of the best Premier League defenders at the moment. Probably, I would say, top 5 defenders. I can't really think of too many defenders better than him in the Premier League. Obviously, they've got the pace with Zaha. They've got Mateta. It's a physical midfield as well. Very, very physical midfield with MacArthur, Sheikh Kouate, Schlupp. I mean, one notable absentee, Conor Gallagher, Ishan, he bumped into Thomas Tuchel at a restaurant and said, "Come on, Gaffer, let me play." And the Gaffer said, "Look, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, but I can't let you play against us. But I will pay for your, bills." I hope he paid. I'm just making that up. It would have been a good gesture if Thomas Tuchel paid for that dinner. But Ishan, thoughts on this Crystal Palace lineup, man?
Yeah, listen, I think so. The spine of the team is Conor Gallagher. Do you know what I mean? And he was the star man. He was the performer. If you look at the performance against Everton as well, Conor Gallagher was the man. You know what I mean? He was the anchor. Attack, defense, everything. Interceptions, counter-attack. He is there everywhere. And I remember our good friend Matisse saying that he reminds a little bit of what N'Golo Kante is at Chelsea currently. Is there? He wants to do everything. Every bits and piece, every sort of section in the pitch, he wants to be there. So him not being in the squad is going to be very difficult for Crystal Palace to anchor from that midfield. But then still, I think so. It's a good Crystal Palace squad, and definitely when you talk about Mark Gahey, listen, if you're even a little bit of doubt about Mark Gahey, go and watch the thumping they gave to Arsenal. You'll see what Mark Gahey did in that game. He was like a monster in that game.
Top defender.
He's a brilliant
He's
defender.
a captain. He's a captain of Crystal Palace, man.
Wow.
That's
Look at
not
that.
a joke.
Look at that. And I think so. Now, and you're right, miss. If you now compare the valuation, that might go up to 30, 35 easily.
Oh no, I think Mark Gahey, he's top 5 defender of the Premier League. He's a captain of Crystal Palace. If a top club, let's say Man City, wants to come for him, he's minimum 40 to 50 million. I'm not kidding. He's minimum 40 to 50. He's an England international. He plays for England. Like, do you mean? This is not a joke.
If the likes of Ben White goes for 50, Mark Gahey definitely should be in the range of 40, 45.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Mark Gahey is brilliant. He's one of the thorns there for us as far as our attack is concerned. But then I think so. We should be good to go, miss. I'm confident.
100%. The scenes here are looking fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of blue and red smoke, I suppose, from the Crystal Palace fans, could be even Chelsea fans. Ishan, one last thing I want to talk to you about before the match starts. Obviously, the match is about to start in about 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. It's something I feel like I want to cover in a video as well, but it'll be a good conversation. I want to see what the live chat has to say about this too. Ishan, look, I completely respect Azpilicueta. I really do. I think he has a lot of value. But I have to say, Ishan, I need more. I need more from that position, whether it's RCB, whether it's the wing back position. I feel like Aspi, yes, he gives us a 7 out of 10 almost every time. Defensively solid. Going forward, he can chip in with some goals as well. But the thing where I feel he lacks right now, and it's fine because he's getting older, is that pace. He really, really lacks that pace. And that energy seems to die. After 65 minutes, after 70 minutes, the man is dead. His legs are dead. He's panting. He's like, do you know what I mean? Like, but I understand. I understand you're getting old, which is fine. I mean, Ishan, look, we have triggered that 1-year extension because we've played him enough minutes, so on and so forth. So he'll probably stay for another year. But Ishan, how important is it that we do slowly find a replacement for this player? Because in this modern age, Ishan, pace, if you don't have pace, is so important, man. Like, you need to have that physicality, the pace. I think he's got the physicality, but the pace is very important. Thoughts about Azpilicueta, bro?
Yeah, I think so. You're right. It also comes down to the way we play him. It's more like if we play him continuous, maybe probably 2 games in a week, that becomes very difficult for him. I believe that it's like if he plays for 1 game a week, he gives us 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 performances. You know what I mean? But when the moment you play him for the second game, I think so he gasses out. He gasses out immensely, and I think so it affects the game. It affects his game. It affects the whole team's game. So I also eventually thought, initially in the beginning of this season, I eventually thought that, you know what, we're gonna keep Reece James at the right wing back, and we're gonna have a Livramento as a Reece James backup. What we're going to do with Azpilicueta is shift him to the right centre-back position and going to keep a Chalobah as a backup. That's what I thought.
Correct.
Because you don't need that sort of running an up and down, to and fro motion in the right centre-back position. That's what I thought. But unavoidable circumstances, Reece James getting injured and all of those stuff, he had to play. We must give flowers where it's due. Azpilicueta came in few games, good good shifts there for Reece
He's
James.
done
but
well.
then
He's done
we
okay.
know
He's
that,
done okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
few games he's done okay, but we
But
know
he's
the
not.
fact
But
that
he's
Miz,
not Hakimi. Do you know what I mean? He's not Hakimi on that side.
exactly right. We know the fact that the levels are way above, and I think
Yeah.
so. The pace, the age is taking a toll slowly and steadily. Maybe even I feel that probably if he transcending into the next season, probably right centre back might be the most sensible position for him. But as things stands, probably right wing back position might not be the best for him. Although Miz, I would again go out and blame the board and the scout team. What are you doing? Where is the backup for right wing back?
They're having
If we had
popcorn,
a
bro. They're
backup for
having
right
a
wing back,
popcorn.
we wouldn't have had to think about Azpilicueta playing in that position. Do you know what I mean? We could have easily transitioned him into the right centre back position, but it's not that at this point of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, match is about to start any moment now. We're very close. Shubra is saying that TT has never lost a single semi-final game in his career. I hope this is not the first one. I really, really hope. Valan, thank you so much for, first of all, joining and the super chat. Much appreciated. Is Eden Hazard at Wembley, Miz? I haven't seen any footage, but few people have been talking about not just Eden Hazard, but Cesc Fabregas is at Wembley as well, watching this match. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got some confirmation, if you've got some pictures from social media, let me know. Put the link up. It'll be good to see them there, and I'm happy to bring it up in the watch along as well. There's some balloons on the field. They need to clear that out first. Lots of Crystal Palace fans. I mean, this is a big moment for Crystal Palace, ladies and gentlemen. Semi-finals of a FA Cup. This is not something that they experience on a regular basis. So they're going to be up for it. And I hope we are equally ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. I think the first 10 minutes is really going to showcase how this match is going to happen. Okay, we await the start. As you guys can see, live score has already kicked off. 17 seconds has gone. Let's see how far behind we are. They've taken the knee. So I'm already 24 seconds behind. 26, 27, 28, and there we go. 28 seconds behind. I've kicked off. Okay. Crystal Palace goes long straight away. Chelsea with the ball. Christensen all the way back. Mendy to Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger goes long. Kai Havertz putting the pressure on. It's a throw in for Crystal Palace.
It's so good to see your number 9 trying to press from the front, trying to initiate the press right from his position. You know what I mean? You boost. It's like it boosts the whole team with confidence.
Yeah. I mean, he's the first one to start the defense, right? He's the first man of defense.
Right, exactly.
So if he's leading with example, it just gives a good motivation for everyone else to continue, which is always great. Tarek Mitchell with the ball. Sorry, Mark Gihey that one. Now Anderson with the ball. See
My
how
stream
Crystal
is
Palace
lagging
builds
here.
up.
What's up today?
Talk to me, bro.
My stream is lagging today. What's up today with my stream?
Ooh. See if you can find another one, bro. Oh no.
Yeah.
Lucky. Alonso was out of position that time, but luckily Christensen was there to mop things up. Even Rudiger was a bit out of position. Shubra saying Mount in the middle. Yep, that's what I expected. I expected with the ball, Werner and Kai Havertz to be sort of playing as a second striker situation, and then Mount sort of coming from that midfield area and then moving into that number 10 role. We'll see how this match pans out. Joel Ward with the throw-in for Crystal Palace now. Margihi. Anderson. Who's number 10 for Crystal Palace? Eze. Interesting to see what Eze is up to. Mohamed Jose, it's very much a two up front, yes. Even when we're pressing, looks like it's pressing with two at times, or now Mount's joining in. Yeah, you can see it's Kai Havertz and Werner, and then Mount just in between them. Ishan, Newcastle with another victory. That Guimaraes guy scored 2. I mean, what a sensational purchase for them, yeah, Guimaraes?
Yeah, Guimaraes, what a purchase, what a purchase. This has to be, the credit has to be given to the scout,
Yeah.
Nobody thought of Guimaraes, and this guy is just clicking to be very, very good.
It's going to be very... He was playing fantastically in Lyon. He was really doing well.
Yeah, he was, and I think so, Miz. I'm waiting for the madness Newcastle is going to do in this summer transfer window. They're going to go bonkers. If this team can spend around 110, 118 million pounds in this winter transfer window, I really don't know what they're going to do in summer.
They'll break into the top 6.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, there's some exciting free transfers available. If they're really smart, they could possibly do that.
Yeah, I really don't know why all the clubs are allowing Barcelona to go and pick all the free transfer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Shubra, you're right. Reece is RCB. Reece isn't a winger. See, this makes me even more confused. If Reece is
look at
RCB,
the way beautifully they're man marking, man.
Yeah, they've got every man covered for us. Every man covered. But this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If Reece is going to be RCB, I mean, it further doesn't make sense to me to have someone like Aspi who lacks that pace on that right side. As I said, Aspi has done an okay job. He really has. But is that the level of wingback play that we want? And why wingback? What I mean, it was going okay with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Like, why not stick with the 4 at the back, play Reece as a right back, Alonso as a left back, and have another man in midfield with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who wasn't doing badly. Yeah, there was a moment of lapses here and there, both Southampton and Real Madrid, but to have Azpilicueta, I understand you want to have your captain there, but Ishan, thoughts, bro? Looks like Reece James is RCB.
Yeah, man. Listen, again, I don't understand this. I think Azpilicueta could have been better choice there at right centre back. Reece James brings in a different pace there in the wing back position. But I really don't know why this is the scenario at this point of time. We will have to see how the game progresses. Maybe they might be switching again. But as
possibly like a substitution where we could go to a back 4.
Yeah, probably, or else we might see Reece James instead of Azpilicueta taking that overlapping run. That might be a possibility, and when Azpilicueta might keep up for the counter attack. So this is another option that I'm thinking. But let's see how the game progresses.
Some nice one-touch play there from Chelsea, but Crystal Palace was looking for a counter, and they were almost through, but good defending there from Christensen. It'll be interesting to see where Christensen's mindset is. Obviously, all the reports, and it's quite well documented, he has probably signed up for Barcelona already. Announcement's probably going to be at the end of the season. It'll be interesting to see how Christensen really, plays, I suppose, now till the end of the season. So far in this match, he's been a bit, I suppose, out of position here and there, but then he's recovered well. He's recovered well to make up for it. Chelsea on the ascendancy at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Alonso with the ball. Some neat passes going on with Chelsea, which is good to see. Werner's touches so far has been very good as well. Christensen now spread out to Reece James. Reece James as an RCB is quite high up. Almost like a right back role, to be honest. Rudiger, open field. Is he going to go for a shot?
Probably should have gone for himself.
And here we go. Palace looking for that counter, but there's someone there at the back, and it is Mr. Christensen. Good on you. Hannah, good to see you. Sif Manyanga, good to see you as well. Sif Manyanga is saying Reece is there to mark Zaha. That's a good point. It is a good point, yes. Perhaps Azpilicueta, it might have been a bit too much for him. But if that's the case, then why Aspi as a wing back? Why not just play a back four and have Reece James on Zaha and have another midfielder with Ruben Loftus-Cheek? I mean, it's what we've been doing against Real Madrid and Southampton. Nice ball. Almost through. Nice, neat play there that time by Mount. Mount tenacious again, winning the ball. Well done, Mason Mount. Mason, Kai Havertz, and Timo Werner linking up nicely there. Timo inside the box now. Mason Mount going for a shot. A little bit more venom needed there. Yeah, Mount stole from Gihi. That was really good. Good job there from Mason Mount. Ishan, do you like where Mount is playing lately as opposed to inside forward, more central in the midfield zone, moving into the cam area? I think it's helping his game a lot.
Yeah, I think so. I think so as well. He's got the freedom to move in either side of the field. Because if we had two inside forwards, probably the left or the right, either one of the sides would have been locked by one of the other number 10. You know what I mean? But now when Mount is the only number 10, he's got the fluidity now to move on either sides of the pitch and assist Kai Havertz with some or Timo Werner with some one-to-one touches.
100% right. 100% right. Our counter press has been fantastic, on point. Every time we lose the ball, we win it back very, very quickly, which is very good to see. Jorginho now with the ball. Lays it off to Kovacic. Kovacic driving through. That's surely... Oh, come on. Thought that was going to be a foul. Now it's a foul against us. Okay. Nash, that new haircut has done Mount wonders. You know what? To a degree, we may laugh about it, but I think it has, because that hair was bothering him. It was coming in his eyesight, and he had to consistently, brush his hair. I don't think that would be, I think that would be annoying throughout the match to do that. So we may find it funny, but I think there's some truth to it. Patrick Vieira, ladies and gentlemen. Sean, I want to ask you about Patrick Vieira. I mean, one of the managers of the season in the Premier League.
Yeah, man. It's been a hell of a ride for Patrick Vieira. I think so. He's proved that he can actually be a good Premier League manager, and it's his first season as well. So it's quite surprising the way he regulated the whole Crystal Palace team now, and the best part is the other teams look at Crystal Palace with respect now. You just can't write them off easily. We know the fact that there are a few players like Conor Gallagher who comes up with the individual brilliance, but then still as a team, Patrick Vieira has made Crystal Palace a different breed now. You just can't write them off. The way they played against, I think so. Crystal Palace has managed to take points against big teams as well this season.
Yeah.
Not just Arsenal.
Man City twice. Man City twice, bro.
Man City twice.
I think win and a draw against Man City.
Yeah, there you go.
Arsenal recently.
Man City, Crystal Palace are undefeated against Man City in this season. That's a huge thing. You know what I mean?
Even we're not.
Yeah, so I mean, you have to give your flowers to Patrick Vieira. I mean, he's done a hell of a job We expected this probably from Frank Lampard, but it went the other way around. So we know how worse can it go, and we definitely know how well Patrick Vieira has managed to lift this club up, and it's been exactly that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So far, ladies and gentlemen, really strict marking from Crystal Palace. Timo Werner inside the box. Let's see what happens. And it's gone for a corner. I have to say, I'm very impressed with Timo Werner's movement and his touches so far and his decision making also. Something really has clicked for this guy all of a sudden. It's like, how do you go from not knowing what to do and looking like a hockey player to now looking like a proper Chelsea player, Chelsea attacking player?
Said, looking like a hockey player.
I mean, it's insane. It's insane. It was crazy, man. And now all of a sudden everything is clicked. I think it has to do with the fact that Kai Havertz and Mason Mount are there to support him with his play, which is very, very important. So we shall see. We shall continue to see how this progresses. We've got a corner coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Reece James delivers. And it's been cleared by Crystal Palace. And the ball back in again, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Okay, that Club World Cup badge looks so good, Shubra, 100%, man. I need to get myself that Club World Cup badge jersey ASAP. I really do. Yeah, that one's a special one. Thomas Tuchel needs one of these training jerseys as well, a training whatever jumper that he's got on, or like sort of like a jumper, I suppose. He needs that Club World Cup sign there too in that training kit. Ishan, do you miss sometimes managers wearing suits? I like my managers coming into the ground wearing suit, tie, looking like a professional. I mean, I get the whole training kit situation, but I like managers wearing suits, man. What about you?
Especially in FA Cups, man. I think so. It should be mandatory for managers to at least come with a suit in FA Cups, man. I think so. It was a thing early on, especially in FA Cup finals. We saw Frank Lampard wear a suit. Back when we faced Arsenal, Arteta also wore a suit. Last season, we saw Brendan Rodgers wearing suit, but Thomas Tuchel came up with a training jacket. You know what I mean?
The disrespect the man has.
I think so. It was Prince William, if I'm not wrong, miss, who was up there to congratulate the teams. Yeah, and I think so. There was a chat between him and Thomas Tuchel, and they were having a sort of a laugh. I think so. It has to be regarding the suit, because it really looked odd because everybody else.
The man is shaking hands with Prince William with his training kit on. Come on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think so. It should be a thing, man, because the last time I saw a manager was Frank Lampard in FA Cup finals, or else he also does not. He's also fond of jackets, but I think so. It's only Antonio Conte, isn't it, in Premier League who wears suits, and probably
who wears suits.
Brendan Rodgers sometimes who wears suits. But it looks good, man. It looks good to have your manager wear suits.
But you know who took the absolute piss? Do you remember Tony Pulis?
Who? Sorry?
Training Tony Pulis?
No.
That Stoke manager? Do you remember that Stoke City manager, Tony Pulis?
Oh.
The hat, the glasses, the track pants. I'm like, dude, this is not your Sunday morning go for a jog. This is a Premier League match, my man.
It's like he's going in some Zumba classes or something.
Man said Zumba class.
Yeah, man. He was funny, man. That guy is funny.
Nah, 100. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw a picture of Romelu Lukaku having a nice smile and a giggle in his nice Inter Milan jersey. Our Trivago training kit looks very much like Inter Milan one.
The moment you said Romelu Lukaku, a question struck in my mind.
Talk to me, bro.
If Roman Abramovich wouldn't have got sanctioned, if CFC wouldn't have got sanctioned, do you think Romelu Lukaku could have been benched for so long?
Nah, no way. I think he continues to play. I think the fact that he did get, Roman got sanctioned and our club got sanctioned, as you said, it allowed Thomas Tuchel to do what he wants to do. Because Ishan, Romelu Lukaku is 100 million, bro. 100 million. You cannot be. I mean, the fact that he's been benched for so long now, it's pretty insane.
Yep.
So, I mean, I understand. I think everyone understands why he's benched, because he hasn't been good. But when you have an owner who sees his investment being benched, I don't think it would have been the case if Roman didn't get sanctioned or Chelsea didn't get sanctioned. 100% agreed. Ishan.
I think so. It was more. It comes down to the decision more that, the assets were frozen, right? The financial assets were frozen, and when the decision was made that none of clubs' assets or equity would go into the pockets of Roman Abramovich, that means probably his whole asset is now just gone. His whole investment is gone, and there would be new owners with completely new investment. So you know what? His valuation goes out to nil. You know what I mean? It's just nil valuation, because the whole loss has now to be incurred by Roman Abramovich, and nobody is responsible for that. Even the club, the manager, the players, nobody is responsible for that. The tally comes out to nil. It doesn't matter how much the club has spent on you in the transfer window. The man who gave 100 million from his pocket is no longer going to get a single penny from the club sale. So I think so that's where the decision lied, because your valuation comes down to nil. You know what I mean? There are going to be new owners, and definitely when there are new owners, you are not the investment of the new owners anymore, right? So when the new owners come on and you play shit like that, you're going to be a shoelace master. You're going to be out of the club very soon.
Shoelace master. Shoelace master. Even that, Ishan, I don't even think he's a shoelace master. He does it at least 3-4 times. He must be an amateur or tying shoelace. It keeps coming out.
Amateur in tying shoelace.
Amateur, bro. Good to see Orizont in the live chat. Himanshu, good to see you as well. Pradumna, good to see you. Football Extremist, good to see you. Hello, Miz and Ishan. How you guys doing? Doing absolutely well. Thank you so much for asking. Hope you're doing well as well. Sif Manienga, I don't like Aspie as a wingback. I've said it, man. Look, already in this game, I haven't seen Aspie have any impact so far at all, which is, after 20 minutes, we want to see a lot more impact. Pass cut out. Sai Krishna, Miz, any guesses on when we will score? I have to be honest, man. We don't seem to have the same intensity as our Real Madrid game. And I get it. It's not always going to be same. I understand that game was electric. We were 2 behind, and we needed to do a madness, and we did. I know this game is not in that same caliber, but at the same time.
But Miz, here's my another question to you about that. Why isn't it the same every time? Why there has to be a drop?
It's here.
Into
it's
the
here,
levels.
It's here.
Exactly,
it's here.
Right? You don't expect a Liverpool or a Man City to drop their pressing.
You saw what Liverpool did yesterday. You saw what they did.
Exactly, right? And you don't expect Liverpool to drop their intensity against any team. You don't expect a Man City to drop their intensity at any game. You know what I mean? So the levels have to be there, Miss. I really don't understand. And the fear that I had initially into the stream that what I said to you was, I have a fear that we played like here this level against Madrid. I don't want us to just drop down, ease out the whole intensity. But it seems like we have, it seems like we're not giving it all.
No, and this is what I was fearing, and I think it has to do with the fact the individuals. I mean, when you have Aspie as a wing back, and once again, I reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, I like Azpilicueta, fantastic leader, good individual, but he's not a wing back for me. He really, so far, 22 minutes gone, we've not had any impetus from that right side. But you now compare that to what we did against Southampton and Real Madrid, two utterly different contrasting game. Yes,
Loftus-Cheek
looks like Loftus-Cheek is getting ready.
But for whom?
I think
in 22nd minute.
I think Thomas Tuchel might have had enough or seen enough. Is anyone injured, or is he doing a tactical change here?
I don't know, man. If it's
Oh,
injuries, has to be between Reece James and Aspi, is it?
oh, don't tell me Reece James again injured, please. Not again.
But have you
But
seen enough of Reece James this game, though, Miz?
I mean, he's playing as a right centre back. I mean, he's got the ball now. He's moving fine. He's the one who's been going forward actually. So I think it could probably be a tactical change here because we're not getting what we want to get from that right side. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see. Is it going to be Aspi? Is it going to be Jorginho? Doesn't look like. Jorginho seems pretty fine as well. But the bottom line is, we don't have the same impetus. As I was saying, the Southampton game and the Real Madrid game, two totally different games, but the energy was the same. The game
Looks
plan,
like
the
Kovac injured.
attacking.
Yes. Looks like Kovac injured.
Is it Kovacic? Is he injured?
Yeah.
You're kidding. Yeah, it's Kovacic. It's Kovacic. Ishan, bro. He's our best midfielder, man.
Yeah. Now look, we were talking about how dead our attack is, and now look, once Kovacic is out, you'll see how dead it is. It actually is.
Yeah, he's down, bro. He's finished. It's over.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ankle
he
twist.
sprained his ankle. He sprained his ankle. Yeah.
Commentators said he didn't even recover from this well.
Yeah. He's gone for at least 3 matches, bro. Minimum. Ruben Loftus-Cheek getting instructions. Well, this is your chance, Ruben. This is your chance. Ishan, who's going to give us the passes now from midfield, bro? Who's going to give us... Oh, man. I'm annoyed, bro.
We were talking about, exactly, right? We were talking about how dead we look. Now we're gonna see a different version of it.
Jorginho is not someone who looks for key passes all the time. You know, he's not a Kovacic that looks for big-time passes. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, yes, he's a great driver of the ball, but he's not someone who looks for assists. Kovacic was the guy, you know, from midfield. He was always going to be looking for passes. Now that midfield dynamic changes, Ishan, I hope it works out well. I really do. I hope it works out well, but this could be a problem for us.
Miss, it has to be Ruben Loftus-Cheek who needs to be the anchor. You know what I mean? Kovacic was the guy because he naturally plays that way, and that's why he's been so good. But I don't think so. Loftus-Cheek plays like that naturally, you know.
Loftus-Cheek, Ishan, is more of a carrier of the ball, and then, you know, looking for a chance to shoot. Perhaps, I don't know. Kovacic, yes, he carries the ball, but he's more of a passer. He can pass.
Exactly. So I don't think so. I can expect from Loftus-Cheek what Kovacic does.
No,
as simple as
I
that.
don't think so. I think Jorginho has to lift his game. I like this comment from Sai Krishna. Miz, anytime you criticize a player, they do well. Pick one and go in, bro. I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to go in for Jorginho. I'm expecting him to now really lift his head and look for those. Look at that straight away ball given away by Jorginho.
The moment you took Jorginho's name.
Mount has to drop into midfield as well now, bro. I think Mount has to drop into midfield.
Yeah, I think so. Miss, ever thought about Loftus-Cheek playing in the position of what Mount is playing now? Do you think the output should be better there?
I mean, naturally, you would think the output should be better. Because of the attributes he has. But for some reason, Ishan, he doesn't tend to do well when he's too far up. He doesn't like his back to be against the defenders. He likes to be from deep and driving in. Much like the Sari days. Do you remember the Sari days? He was playing as an 8, bit deeper and driving in.
Yeah.
For some reason.
More like an attacking 8.
Bro, they are attacking Jorginho. Bro. They are attacking Jorginho.
Look at
Look at Thomas Tuchel. He's mad. He's
man.
mad. He's mad. He is mad. I'm a little bit worried. I'm sorry, live chat. I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah, Jorginho, I think so. I agree with Kevin here in the live chat. Jorginho is definitely panicking.
He is panicking. His movement is slow, relaxed.
And he's not supposed to do the thing that he's just tried to do. You know, it's that's some Kovacic
That's
shit.
Kovacic role. That is what Kovacic does. You know?
Yeah.
And now he's having to do that. Jorginho doesn't have the game. Jorginho's game is take the ball, pass the ball. Take the ball, pass the ball. One touch, one touch, one touch, one touch. Now he's having to do a little bit more, and he's getting mauled. As soon as Crystal Palace players sees him with the ball, their eyes absolutely light up. It's gone for another corner. I mean, Ishan, I'm a bit worried about the midfield. Who's creating from that midfield, bro? Who is creating?
Nobody. I think so. Just like you said, Miss, either Loftus-Cheek has to, just lift up his game, or else it has to be Mason Mount, who needs to probably drop back and do the things that he's supposed to do.
Yeah. Here we go. Crystal Palace on a counter now. Oh my God! Come on, Christensen, get to it. Well done, Christian. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
They fluked it. They wasted this chance.
All right, here we go. Ball to Timo Werner now. But see, I don't like how well done, Timo. At least he's done well. Okay, he found a cross. Aspi, that's pathetic.
Aspi was trying some Bruce Lee shit.
I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, Timo, as well as he has done there, which is fantastic. I mean, Azpilicueta.
Aspi could have stopped the ball and maybe tried a shot there.
Yeah, bro.
He tried to do the acrobatics for what?
Stop the ball. You have the time. Stop the ball, take a moment and have a shot. But Ishan, I have to say, as well as Timo has done well there, I don't like how Timo is isolated on that left side. It's going back to the old days. That's where Timo doesn't do well. Timo doesn't do well when he's isolated. Yeah. Even though he did 100%. Well there. But overall,
I think so. You know what the reason behind it? It means maybe Mason Mount trying to drop back down in order to assist probably Loftus-Cheek to take the ball out of that area, and maybe that's where Timo Werner is getting isolated on the left hand side. Probably it's because of Mason Mount trying to drop back deep, and that is applicable only when Loftus-Cheek is not being impactful there in the midfield, and probably Jorginho if you want to add a name.
And also the fact that Alonso has really not been able to bomb up as a wing back. He needs to support. He needs to go up.
Good point.
I mean, we've got all the possession, but we are not looking lethal.
Yeah, Miz. I mean, just the way you mentioned Marcos Alonso as well. Aren't we seeing a contrasting sort of performance when it comes to attacking gameplay of Marcos Alonso from the last match to this match?
Yeah, of course. And I go back to the point, Ishan. Having three defenders, look at that. Having three defenders at the back to build up. I don't think we need three. We can build up with two, and the other one can push up a little bit to add another number. Look, we have three. Rudy, Christensen. Yes, Reece James is now pushed up. This is what I need to see. I need Reece to push up as a right back. That's a good cross from Reece. Did you see that, Ishan, how Reece has pushed up?
Right.
Because we need numbers. You can't have three at the back. Look, Reece is pushing up again as a right back, almost like a right back. And Azpilicueta is more in midfield, to be honest.
And even if you see Marcos Alonso trying to assist Timo Werner there with his pass, seems like a bit slowish.
Yeah, Marcos Alonso moving into that half space. Jorginho now. And he gives the ball away.
It's like my friends are popping up into the live chat. Sarthak, big up to you, my man. He's my friend from my workplace.
Good to see you, Sartak. Christensen to Rudiger. Alonso now out wide. Alonso no pace,
mate.
but still gets a cross in. Mason Mount. Everything seems a bit weird today, Ishan. Everything feels a bit weird.
Isn't it that we've not created a perfect chance yet?
Nah, bro. And when you think about the Southampton
See-
game and that Real Madrid game, we were on
Yeah.
top. We were creating. We were quick. Our passing was on point. Link up was on point.
That's the exact point, miss. Why do we need to lose a game in order to come back with that intensity? That's my only point. I don't like that. I'm not enjoying that at this point of time. Why is it that we'll have to take a loss, bend over in front of a team, take a huge loss, and then probably come back the next game with a high intensity? Why is it that?
It's mentality. It has to be mentality. These players, for some reason, can't seem to motivate themselves on a regular basis. But I thought this game, semi-final, one game away from the final, it should
My
be
days,
regulation.
what is he doing?
Oh my God, Jorginho! Nah, bro. No. Stop the game. Stop the game. Can we start again?
Man, let's stop the game.
Stop the game because the game plan's a bit awkward. We need to just
Oh my days.
think about what we're doing. Literally stop the game. Let's go back. Crystal Palace, you don't need to do tactically anything. You're doing fine. We need to think about our game plan. Please stop the game.
With us not playing to that level, even Crystal Palace is not creating that much. I mean, they didn't have a shot at goal yet, so probably they're not playing at all. But we are not. We are playing bad equally.
Bro, why is Jorginho hesitating with the ball? What's going on, Ishan? Why is he panicking? Like he gets the ball and he's stuck in the mud. Why?
Yeah. I really don't know. He's in a bad patch of form, Miss. I knew that right from the beginning. He shouldn't.
This is why I
shouldn't have
didn't want
started
him
here.
to start. This is why I didn't want him to start.
Oh my days.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Oh.
No. I don't feel good. I don't feel good.
No,
I don't feel good.
stop the
I don't
game.
feel good.
Stop the game.
Stop the game. Stop the game. Stop the game. This. We need to just reset again. Stop it, please.
Oh my days.
We need to reset. I mean, of course, that was offside, fine, but that initial shot from Czech Kouate. Oh my God, if Mendy. No. Ishan, I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling a bit. If we get knocked out today, Ishan, I don't know if I can handle it anymore.
Days.
I honestly don't know if I
I'll
can handle it.
I'll have to stop watching football for the rest of the season.
No, seriously, big man thing. Honestly, Ishan, if we get knocked out today, what's the point of the rest of the season?
Exactly, right? Nothing.
Arsenal, thank you, Himanshu, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Arsenal dunking on us surely if we play like this. Oh my God. Arsenal with 3 losses in a row. I'm telling you, watch us Wednesday night. Us taking our pants off and letting them do whatever they want to do with us.
Taking a pants off, bend over.
Because this is what we do. I remember, Ishan, do you remember last season, Arsenal, second time we played? We lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Jorginho mistake, remember?
Yes, 100%.
Getting a bad vibe, bro. I'm getting a bad vibe. Ishan, how you feeling, bro? Talk to me. Live chat, let me know how you guys are feeling as well. I'm just...
Brilliant by Timo Werner. They're brilliant by him.
Oh, well done,
Oh!
Timo. Well done, Timo. Well
How
done.
come that? What?
Oh, God, that's a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul.
Anthony Taylor giving it on Kai Havertz.
You're kidding. You're kidding. He thinks it's a dive. He thinks it's a dive. He thinks it's a dive.
Yeah, I think so. It is a dive.
Oh yeah, it is a dive. Oh my god. Kai, there was no, I mean, nah, that's poor, Kai. That's poor. That is poor. Nah,
He
nah,
just gave
nah, nah,
away a
Kai.
chance there.
Kai, don't do that, man. Look, you're a good
He-
player. You're a top professional. Don't do these kind of things. I get
Man's
really
man's
annoyed when
making
I
some
see players do
sterling
that.
moves.
I
Man's making
swear,
some
this is
sterling.
one reason why I don't like Sterling. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why it annoys me when I see Sterling because the man dives.
Yeah.
Even Salah at times dives. And this is one
Sterling
of the
dives and
reasons
then cries as well. Cries for penalty, red card.
guys for penalty, red card, the lot.
He cries for everything, man.
Nah,
Even if
Kai.
it's outside the box, he would cry for a penalty, man. That guy is.
Do you think Ishan that could be part of frustration that nothing is happening?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. You see, the guy is not involved in the match as much as
He's
he would want.
not. He's not. He's not at all involved.
Yeah,
He's not at
so
all involved,
probably
man.
that's one of the reasons.
That's such a nice ball that time, ladies and gentlemen. Who was it? To Mason Mount, was it? Or Kai Havertz? Again,
So it was.
he's not having a good game. He's not having a good game. He's not having a good game. Nah. Ladies and gentlemen, 39 minutes gone and it's 0-0. And I have to be honest, it's not like we are looking that great. And look, they're through again. Eze. And he finds a ball to Mateta. Schlopp to Tarek Mitchell. Zaha. Nicely done, Reece James. Well done, Reece. Yeah, I agree, Fallon. Jorginho is having a crap game. Aspi useless in the inverted wing-back role. See, this is... Ishan, this is why I said, why change when everything was fine? Why change? Southampton, Real Madrid, we were looking on fire. Our attacking play was on point. Why change?
We were playing with the back foot in
Why?
it.
I mean, this is why I know Thomas Tuchel, I want to have my captain in my team. I want to have my captain. Sometimes maybe it's not okay to have the captain. What has Aspi done on that right side, man, for us? What has he done? Nothing. He's not a wing back.
I think so. I'm more disappointed with Jorginho than anybody else. at this
Oh,
stage.
Jorginho, I don't even count him, to be honest, Ishan. I don't even count Jorginho.
Yeah. We're trying through balls. This is what I don't understand. Yeah, we're trying to go for through balls, which is not bad, which is good. That's what I want. But then we're trying through balls when Crystal Palace are marking us so well, and Kai Havertz is being marked by two defenders, not one. Then we're trying to go for a through ball, which does not make sense. And whenever you'd see probably a Werner or even a Lukaku for that matter, have a run, clear run, just one defender to hold on to. Nobody gives a through ball. Jorginho passes it horizontally. Kovacic passes it horizontally. Loftus-Cheek passes it horizontally. Mount, back pass. You know what I mean? This is what I don't understand.
It's back to our shitty self that we used to be before Ishan, before Southampton and Real Madrid. It's back to playing that really rubbish brand of football. Look, Ishan, have we asked any question? Have we asked any question on Crystal
Nothing.
Palace's defense? Have we penetrated them one bit? Have we tried to create some sort of chaos?
And you know one of the
Anything?
reasons why you'd see him is just look very keenly, yeah, on the ball when we have the ball.
Virginia
Yeah?
again giving the ball away, man. I'm fed up, bro. I'm fed up.
Miss, when we have the ball, yeah, when we've got the possession, just look at the players who are around, surrounding that player who's got the ball in his foot. No movement. It's static. They are just standing like that. You want the player to pass to you, but you don't want to move. How are you going to create a space without moving? Just look at that every time, every single time.
You're right,
And you
bro.
talk about intensity, it is this. Without any mobility, how can you create space? If space is not being created, if gaps are not being created, how do you create chance? No choice.
We have been so pathetic, bro. We have been so. This is everything that Ryan was saying a few videos ago on a regular basis. We don't ask enough questions. At least the last two games, we've asked some questions, still not enough. We could ask even more. But now we're back to how we've been playing all season. All season, this is how we've been playing. Lack of movement, as Ishan was saying. Lack of creativity. Just moving with the flow. Just moving with the flow. Moving with the flow.
Yeah, look at
And
that. Look at that.
hoping Crystal Palace that has an own goal. We are praying Crystal Palace does an own goal.
Yeah. I'll give you a live example of it. Let our team just get the possession back, and I'll tell you. And it's not, you can't point individuals for that, miss. It's like a collective effort. You don't see it.
Yeah,
Players
it's a collective effort.
players who are supposed to move, supposed to bring up mobility, also are stagnant. This does not make sense. Guys like a Kai Havertz, Mason Mount. At least these two players I can rely on. Just be fluidic. You know what I mean? But no, it's the opposite.
It's very disappointing, Ishan, bro. It's so disappointing. We expected off the back of those two really good performances, the boys are going to come out flying, but it's back to this really rubbish way of playing, man. Really rubbish way of playing. I mean, I understand you want Reece James to make sure that he's marshalling Zaha. I get that. But then why play three at the back? Play your four, man. Play the four. Be confident.
you know
We
what,
did that
Miss?
against Real Madrid.
Once we concede a goal now, miss, then players will start running. What's the freaking point then?
What's the point? And if we concede, I don't even know if we're going to score against these guys. Who's going to look at the way we're playing, Ishan? Look at the way we're playing.
Yeah. Palace literally needs to do nothing. We're getting
They need to do
dispossessed
nothing.
easily.
Yeah.
And the defenders are just sleeping. They need to do nothing because we're not creating. When a player who you're marking is just staying where he is, it's easy for a defender, isn't it? I mean, this is just basics that I'm talking about. I'm not talking anything rocket science. When you're supposed to, me as a Crystal Palace defender, if I'm supposed to mark a Chelsea player, if that player is just standing like that and waiting for the ball to come to him, it's easy for me to mark him. You know what I mean? And it's impossible for him to create a gap.
Yeah. Yeah. Game like this, oh no. Oh my goodness, good defending. Games like this, Ishan, I have to agree with Kevin. Ziyech needs to come on. We need some creativity, man. We got nothing. Please, can we take away Azpilicueta at halftime, move to a back four, use Ziyech? Please. And if you're telling me we cannot defend in a back four, please have a look at the game we played against Real Madrid. We played with a back four. And I know you're going to say, well, how did that game end up? We conceded. But Crystal Palace don't have a Modric. They don't have a Benzema. We should be confident to play with a back four and have the principles of how to defend properly. Bring in a Kante instead of Jorginho as well. Can we please take out Jorginho and bring in Kante? Please.
At this point of time, I think I'll be happy with even a Saul than a Jorginho.
Ladies and gentlemen, halftime, and we have been absolute ass. I have to say, certain degree of blame has to go with Thomas Tuchel. Why you have seen the lads perform well against Southampton and Real Madrid. Why are you changing that formula. Why has it been broken? Has it not worked out? Why Azpilicueta in right wing back is not going to give you that impetus? Timo Werner, as well as he's done, it still doesn't look the same as what he was with Southampton and Real Madrid, much closer to the goal. Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, poor. But I don't blame Kai. I blame the system. I'm not blaming Kai. I've now understood. It's fully clocked in my head. All these attacking players that we've had at Chelsea Football Club, they are suffering because of the rubbish way we play. 3 at the back, 2 in midfield, wing backs. We are literally asking for the front 3 to just do everything on their own. Look, compare this game to the Real Madrid game and look how fluent we were with the back 4. Number 1, Jorginho needs to go. Jorginho was so poor giving the ball away, physically out-muscled, and then consistently outnumbered, and he's hesitating with the ball. What has Ruben Loftus-Cheek since he's come on as well? You know, go back to where it was. Ruben on the right side. Last 2 games he was playing that. Let's give Ruben that momentum. Now you've brought Ruben into the left side. You're just throwing Ruben around. Just let things move a little bit. I mean, Ishan, bro, thoughts on that half?
It's been a dead half. It's been a dead half. No running away
Very
from
disappointing,
it.
bro. Very disappointing.
The lucky factor for us, it's Crystal Palace in front, and they have not capitalized on the mistakes that we made in the midfield. And I think so. We are lucky there. Had it been a Liverpool or a Man City, we would have been thrashed by now already. The game would have been over because we made a lot of mistakes in the midfield.
Ishan, do you believe in this? Do you believe in this comment? We've had 4 days off.
I know we've looked bad, miss, but we have to factor in fatigue maybe just a little. That's the thing, miss. I mean, you're talking about a fatigue and all those stuff, but then the fact that if you're gonna be a top team, you're gonna have your intensity for every single game, and especially at probably this end of the season. We're heading towards the end of the season where every game is important. I don't think so you can come up with an excuse of fatigue or this or that. You don't expect a fatigue from Liverpool, do you? You don't expect a fatigue from Man City, do you? Why is it just us with the fatigue? When we flaunted us about our bench strength, it doesn't make sense, man. I think so it has to be the intensity should have been up there. And Miz, I really don't know if I can complain. I think so. First of all, I do agree we should have gone with the back 4, but the intensity should have been there regardless of the formation. You know what I mean? I really don't care if it's a back 4 or back 3. If the players are not running, they know they're very well man-marked by Crystal Palace, and it's very much visible. When you know that you're heavily man-marked, why not move, man? Why just staying there waiting for the pass to arrive, waiting for the ball to arrive in your foot? This way we're not going to create ever. This is just not the way. So let's see what happens in second half. But it was really disappointing for us. We've created absolutely nothing.
Nothing in a semi-final, ladies and gentlemen, of the FA Cup, off the back of spanking Southampton 6-0, spanking Real Madrid as well, being 3-0 up. Yes, it ended up being 3-2, but we absolutely took Real Madrid to the cleaners. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Real Madrid did not play as an attacking. They had a mid to low block. At times, Real Madrid had 5 at the back, sometimes even 6. And we still found it on a regular basis opening them up. So all of a sudden, everything has changed. We are lethargic. We are taking time to build up. I have to agree with Marvo here. Miz, I always said to you, midfield is our biggest problem. Who is our creator? Our biggest and the best midfielder, Kovacic, gets injured, ankle injury. He's probably now gone for good 3 to 4 weeks, maybe at least 3-4 games minimum. And he's the one who at least has some sort of vision when it comes to passing. He's the one who's looking for line-breaking passes. Jorginho is not looking for that on a consistent basis. Jorginho might just come up with all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a particular assist in this game, and everyone's going to be clapping their hands again. Where is the overall package? Where is the overall package? There's no creativity in this particular midfield. Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well is not really creative, but at least on that right side, that sort of hybrid role that Thomas Tuchel was doing, he was looking somewhat okay. He was starting to understand that. Why have we changed from that? Mason Mount as well, not really been doing much. But then again, as I said, the entire setup is back to how it used to be. I go back at how we were playing against Southampton and Real Madrid, 4 at the back, and now we've gone back to this 3 at the back situation. I know at times, Reece James has been pushing up, but at the same time, it's pushing Azpilicueta up. It's the personnel. If that's what Reece James is going to do, he's going to push up and make it as a right back situation. But then we cannot have Azpilicueta. Let's have a winger. Let's have. I mean, Ishan. Let's think about how we change this up. Would you perhaps take Ziyech off and put? Would you perhaps take Azpilicueta off and maybe put Ziyech there?
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. First, we need to check the Azpilicueta position here. Maybe switch to a back 4. That might help a bit. But then first and foremost, I would like to change Jorginho and bring in a Kante, or maybe a Saul if Kante is not 100% fit. Because Jorginho is not helping at all. I don't think so. It can be any better than this. So we will from that midfield position. I think so. The bottleneck is Jorginho at this point of time. Loftus-Cheek, listen, we've got no choice, miss, because Kovacic is injured. If you are thinking of Saul, probably that might be the option. But I definitely want to change Jorginho at this point of time. And when you talk about Azpilicueta, I think so. Things can be better if you go to a back 4, probably. But I don't know if
I think it would
Azpilicueta will. Yeah, but I don't know if Azpilicueta will be substituted at halftime. It would have been better if we had a Chalobah there in place of Azpilicueta and probably Reece James, the right wing back. That would have sort of made some sense. But then at this point of time, we need some change. And I really don't know what's happening. I think so. We might have a change. Do you expect a change at halftime? I think so. I would, because looking at the way we've not
I'm
created
expecting a
at
change.
all.
I'm expecting a change.
Yeah. Even me. I think so. There should be a change. I'm not sure if Ziyech would be the option, because Timo Werner has done all right. I think so. He's tried to run into spaces that we expect. Unfortunately, he did not have sort of a Mason Mount or a Kai Havertz to assist him in that left position. And also Marcus Alonso not being making his overlapping runs perfectly to assist Timo Werner. But then yes, I think so. Azpilicueta needs to be changed, and probably before that, I would like Jorginho to get changed first of all in this match.
No, 100%. Mohammed Al Madari, good to see you, my man. Look at the tactical analysis on ITV. Several times Werner was ready for through ball, but no one is brave to play the pass. This is the thing. Only Kovacic is the only man who's brave enough to do that. And now he's gone. And if you look at the match we had against Southampton and Real Madrid, Kovacic was consistently looking for that through ball. He was regularly looking for that.
Because I think so. The instruction here is to find a Werner with the through balls, but then the players are not understanding the timing. You know what I mean? Werner's making runs, but when Werner is making a perfect run for the through ball, their players are going horizontal pass. When there are 2 players, 3 players in front of you, man marking Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, then players are trying to go for a through ball. The instruction is there, but the execution is not. The players need to be more aware of the whole situation when you need to through ball. You don't have. I don't think so. The players have, midfielders have the talent for through ball. You know what I mean? You need to have a very good vision. The vision like the Modric's have, the Cruz's have.
Yeah.
Those kind of vision, a De Bruyne vision, an Alexander-Arnold vision. For a good through ball. I don't think so. These individual midfielders that we have has got that talent. As simple as that. Because I could see that, and I pointed you, miss, at the perfect time when Havertz tried to make a run. but there were already two players in front of him, man marking. So what's the point? There was no point of giving it a through ball. But then went for through ball multiple times. There was Timo Werner trying to exploit the gap on the left hand side, and he was trying to initiate a run there, but nobody wanted to give a through ball. Nobody wanted to give the risk, get the risk there. Back pass or a horizontal pass, just wasted the whole attack. This is how we're moving at this point of time.
It's mad, bro. Declan in Ireland, it's no coincidence that in the Southampton and Madrid games that Jorginho wasn't in the starting lineup. He has to go for us to progress to a consistent level. He slows things down, man. He really does. He slows things down too much. And now he's at a stage where not only he's slowing things down, he's hesitating with the ball. He's hesitating with the ball and he's getting eaten up. He really is getting eaten up. I would like to see, ladies and gentlemen, halftime. A lot of you guys are shouting for Saul. Yes, at least a Saul or even Kante. I don't mind. If it's Saul, he probably deserves some minutes. Saul hasn't been bad. I wouldn't mind seeing him one bit. But wouldn't mind seeing Kante as well. I know Kante has been a bit iffy, but still, I would rather have someone with a little bit more robust athleticism and an energy. And Saul obviously has that passing range. But at the same time, I also need to see that Azpilicueta position. If Reece James is going to push up from RCB as a right back, then Aspi becomes literally a right winger. And I'd rather have Ziyech in that position because Aspi is providing nothing. Move to a back four, get Reece James to play as a right back and mark Zaha, have Christensen and Rudiger, and have Alonso as the left back. Then you have Saul instead of Jorginho or Kante. You've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you've got Mason Mount, and you've got Ziyech. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm pretty sure when you have that many players in midfield, we are going to be able to control the match better. We're going to be able to dictate the tempo. We're going to be able to be a lot more creative. And I'm sure we are going to get better off Kai Havertz and Timo Werner as well. Kai Havertz is non-existent in this game. And it's not because of him. Because we know what Kai Havertz is capable of. It's because there's nothing in midfield. There's literally no purchase in midfield. Everything needs to be connected, ladies and gentlemen. Some people are saying check PYS. Shingo is saying check PYS tweet. Let me have a look. What did PYS tweet? PYS. Jorginho is so slow at passing the ball now. Why? 3-4 seconds extra, and most of the time it's not forward. It's affecting our play. Midfield. Play midfield is all I'll say this summer. It should be our first area we sort out. We've got two 31-year-olds declining. The whole team has been awful, but the most important part of the team is the midfield, and he's much better than what he's producing right now. I mean, I'll be very, very surprised if we don't do something at halftime because, I mean, Ishan, honestly speaking, if we just go with the flow, Crystal Palace will get a goal. They will get a goal.
Isn't it, Miss? I'm getting the same feeling. It's one of those games where you don't create anything. And then you've got a team like Crystal Palace who looks rigid, or maybe we're making them rigid in defense. You know what I mean? They'll get a goal and then we'll start running. What's the freaking point of running when you've conceded a goal and you've not done nothing from minute 0? You know what I mean? So it's looking one of those games, but I hope not. I hope second half we shift the gear. But the way we played first half, this is not the way we're reaching any position in this game. So, and the worrying part is, thankfully it's Crystal Palace, and I'm repeating here myself, but it is what it is. Thankfully it's Crystal Palace. Should have been another team. I think so. The game would have been done for halftime because we made a lot of mistakes in the midfield. And Crystal Palace, thankfully, Conor Gallagher is probably out of the game. If it was for other team, probably a Man City or Liverpool, they would have exploited the mistakes that we made in the midfield. So I hope that we don't commit these mistakes in the second half. Listen, Miss, Crystal Palace as well, they could have done better. I'm not saying that they're looking good, Maybe not, because we made a lot of mistakes, and I expect them to, capitalize on those mistakes. But they didn't. Do you know what I mean? And I think so. It's a huge opportunity for us to take this advantage, because they're not coming at us, with the mistakes that we're committing. So why not go all out attack, like you said? Go for a back four, go for all out attack. Let's see what happens. We've got nothing to lose. It's a cup semis. We've got 45 minutes to play. Just go all guns blazing. Do you know what I mean?
100%, man. Jimmy Spliff TV. Stop making excuses for Havertz. We used to say Lukaku had to drop in and get the ball. Havertz need to also. My man, please check that half. He has been doing that. That's not going to be enough. That ain't going to be enough. And I've already said Havertz hasn't been good, but I don't think it's because of him. You need to understand football is not always. There are certain times, like you can pinpoint Jorginho. Jorginho's individual performance has been very poor. But there is another concept where the team, the way we are set up, it has domino effect. It does have a domino effect. I've now absolutely clocked, ladies and gentlemen, second half has started. I've now absolutely clocked that the way we play with the three at the back and the wing back system, it does sometimes affect the way our attackers play. Because it's not a surprise that Timo Werner all of a sudden, does well. This is interesting. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is on the right side now. Mason Mount with a cross. Yeah. So, Jimmy Spliff TV. What I'm trying to say is that Kai Havertz's game is getting impacted with the way we are set up. His work rate has not diminished. Please watch the game. It's totally two different scenario. Lukaku on the other side. And once again, I actually want Lukaku to slowly start coming back into the team, because I feel that we can do more. But the thing with Lukaku is it's his attitude. The man is very lethargic. Once he gets his attitude right, I have no issues with Lukaku coming back into the team. I'm not one of those guys that think Lukaku is a rubbish player. Not at all. So I don't think I'm going to have a go at. As I said, Havertz hasn't had a very good game, but I don't think this is because of him not trying. I think it has a culmination of the system. Whereas Jorginho, it is individually, he's not looking good. Something different has happened, Ishan, in this second half, tactically.
We started with more pace, more impact.
But Ruben Loftus-Cheek's positioning as well. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is more on the right side.
Yeah. Loftus-Cheek seems more comfortable on the right side as well, to be very honest. And I think so. Mason Mount just glides onto the right or left. He's got that fluidity. But let's see what happens, man. It seems like either ways it's going to be difficult to penetrate Crystal Palace defense. The way we're creating.
We're playing Jorginho as a lone DM, Ishan. We're playing him as the deepest with the ball. Have a look at with the ball. With the ball, Christensen, Rudiger, and Reece James, three at the back. Then Jorginho is the lone DM. And then you have Alonso very high up and Ruben Loftus-Cheek now moving forward.
Right.
And we're trying to get
now
the
you see you see now the ball on the foot of Rudiger and Mason Mount, right? The area. Look at our front three, front four. Is anybody moving and trying to create gaps or trying to do something which makes us believe that he wants the ball in his foot? Nobody's making movement. How do you create like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Explain me, how do you create like that?
No, it's difficult. Look at Kai Havertz there. He dropped deep that time to receive the ball in midfield. Just to go with what Jimmy Spliff was saying. He's been doing that on a regular basis anyway. But something tactically has changed here. Reece James pushing up as a RCB almost to the final third. Now with the ball, it's almost as a back four with Reece James as right back and Alonso as left back. And lots of bodies. Oh my God, Mason Mount. What was that? There's a lot of change and chopping and changing happening in the formation. At times, we've got Rudiger and Christensen as the deepest two, and you've got Reece James and Alonso as more as a fullback, and Azpi acting even further up as a winger. This is why I don't understand why Azpi is playing. It really does not make sense to me when you have someone like Ziyech who should be in that Azpi position. Honestly, have a look, ladies and gentlemen, where Azpi's position is with the ball. Don't think about defensively. Think about with the ball. With the ball. Look at where Azpi is moving in now, inside the box. Timo Werner losing the ball. And now Azpi is trying to run his hearts out to defend. Okay, now it'll be interesting to see what we do without the ball. Nicely done. Reece James picks up the ball, lays it off to Rudiger. Let's see how we build up now. It'll be, once again, very interesting to see how we build up. All right, moving back to that back three situation again. Now Reece James moving into midfield. Jorginho, the deepest midfielder. Reece James in midfield. Azpi wide. Look at Azpi. That should be Ziyech's position. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Nice! You got to score. Oh. That was first time we asked something. A question. First time.
100%.
And it was because Reece James into midfield. Jorginho, first time looking at that movement. Good movement. Ishan, it's what you were talking about. Movement from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Jorginho finds him. And then Ruben Loftus-Cheek sliding that ball. Movement from Timo Werner. First time we have looked to penetrate them through the middle with some good movement.
There has to be movement. No movement means no creation. As simple as that.
You're bang on, Ishan, bro. You're bang on. No movement, no creation. Simple as that. Rudiger. From way out. Oh. If Loftus-Cheek weights that ball slightly better, it's a goal. More of that, please. Yeah, look, he could have done better with the pass, but the intention. I like the way we played that scenario. Reece James coming into midfield, lays it off to Jorginho. Ruben Loftus-Cheek making that movement. Jorginho straight away fighting Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Werner making that diagonal run. Ruben Loftus-Cheek sliding it through. Need to see more of that. That's good play. Very good play. Ziyech is saying, there is nothing wrong with Azpi. The problem is the rest is stupid. Sorry. No. I mean, look, I'm not saying there's things wrong with Azpi. I keep reiterating. Azpi is a good player, but I don't want to see him in those positions. I mean, Ishan, can you please help me make these people understand? Look at where Azpi's position is. Should Azpi be there, or should it be an attacking player there? Please explain to me.
Exactly. You'd see that example, Miss, just a little while ago when you said that, oh, now Azpi has to run back hard in order to defend. That's where the point lies, because probably if you'd had a back four, probably you had that area already covered, and you wouldn't have you wouldn't have worried about a player probably like a Ziyech heading forward in order to help the attacking forefront. Do you know what I mean? So it definitely makes sense, and you're correct, Miss. I think so. Majority part of the game, especially looking at the way we're playing this half against Crystal Palace, majority of the time Azpilicueta is going to stay on the right-hand side, extreme right-hand side, and on their half. You know what I mean? So probably the defensive duties might be less. So why not go for a back four, and you've got that area covered as well in order to control the counter-attack with the likes of Reece James. You've got more firepower in his leg, and then you've got a Ziyech probably in order to increase that attacking forefront for us.
Now, definitely there's been a change in midfield. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is more playing as an RCM now. Jorginho as the deepest midfielder, and Mason Mount is a left midfielder. Something different has happened. Ayu's coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Mateta is off. Ishan, have a look where Mason Mount is now playing. He's playing on the left side.
Yes.
So you got Jorginho, you got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and you've got Mason Mount. It's three-man midfield now.
100%. So it's already a three-man midfield. Why not remove a defender and add an attacker? Do you know what I mean? And
Remove
make it a back four.
Aspi. Remove Aspi. Simple as that. Remove Aspi. But I think Aspi is there to bring some balance, I suppose, that because Thomas Tuchel always talks about 5 in attack, 5 in defense. Long ball. Yeah, there you go. Bring on Ziyech for Aspi. Aspi is the guy. Like, that should be Ziyech's spot. That is a Ziyech spot. I think that this is the substitution that makes sense to me now. Because now we've packed the midfield. We've packed the midfield with Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Mason Mount and Jorginho the deepest. We should have 3. And if you add another player with Ziyech, then you should have midfield domination. But Reece James is pushing towards midfield anyway. So we've got that dominant force in midfield. That's why it doesn't look like Crystal Palace can outnumber us anymore. Previously, Crystal Palace was all over Jorginho. Already this second half, Ishan, Jorginho looks a little bit better because of that more bodies in midfield. Yanni is saying Kai has given us nothing so far. Just stay patient, man. Just stay patient. I know I've seen you asked for Pully to come on. Has Pully done anything in the last couple of games as well? Once again, I'm not having a go at Pulisic. I would like to see Pulisic at some point. But this is the issue with our fan base. Oh, this guy has done nothing. Let's bring Pulisic. Do you not remember what Pulisic did against Real Madrid? He didn't even play against Southampton. Or he did off the bench. Wasn't supremely effective either. Kai at least has been the most in-form player since Club World Cup. All of a sudden, Kai didn't become a bad player. Stay patient. Stay patient. Ready to go with the ball? Is Reece James... Have we changed again? Reece James in double pivot now.
Reece James. It seems like he's taking the Jorginho role.
Yeah, Jorginho is now out wide. That's a foul. That's a foul on Reece James.
Oh my days. What's happening here?
We are now playing with the back 4. We are now playing with the back 4. Reece James and Jorginho is double pivot.
Reece James and CDM winner.
Oh, that's a dirty tackle on Reece. Is that tackle on Reece James? What happened there? Was it a foul for us or a foul for them?
Anthony Taylor special miss. Wait for it.
It looked like it was a foul on Reece James. He got the ball first. Alonso. To Kai. Oh, absolutely mauled there. Christensen versus Zaha. Well done, Christensen. Zaha gets the ball back again. Oh my goodness. I have this strange feeling like we're going to concede. I have this strange feeling like we're going to concede, man. Yeah. Maybe just as well, if we played Liverpool like this in the final, we'd be humiliated. Undoubtedly. The Liverpool that came out in the first half yesterday, I think Man City did well to be 3-0 down. And it's goal. Oh
What?
my God, that was lucky.
Oh,
I thought that was a goal. Oh my God, Ishan. Oh my God.
oh, mate. It takes just moments like these, so just
We're
clinch
not
the
going to
game.
make it to the final, are we, Ishan? We're not going to make it to the final, yeah?
At this rate, doesn't seem like me.
And does it even matter if we make it
No.
to the final?
Yeah, I mean, if we play like this against Liverpool, we're done. Humiliation. And just imagine, miss, we're playing a freaking Crystal Palace, that too without a Conor Gallagher.
Shame on us, bro. Shame on us. And without Olise as well. Conor Gallagher and Olise. Olise is a very good player for them. No wonder we didn't want Conor Gallagher to play. If Conor Gallagher played, I think we're already losing this game. Kai Havertz is on a yellow, isn't he?
Yep, he is.
He better be careful because this Anthony Taylor is capable of giving a yellow out of no reason. Would you think about bringing Lukaku instead of Kai?
I don't know, miss, if we're solving any pain point here by bringing in Lukaku. What are we solving here? I think so. Taking a Jorginho off might still sort of be throw a sense in changing a bit of tactics. Maybe bringing in a Ziyech instead.
The pain point for me is because Kai is on yellow. I'm just be worried.
Right, from that perspective, yeah, probably. But then, would it better the way we're playing? Probably not. So I think so. Why not? Why not get rid of Jorginho and Azpilicueta first of all, and bring up a Kante or a Saul in midfield, and then a Ziyech on the attacking forefront, and then we see how the game goes. But this is not helping anything, miss. I really don't know. This is not just helping anything.
Look at that cross from Azpilicueta, ladies and gentlemen. That should be Ziyech's position. That really should be. I would like to see Aspi off, and I have to say, second half Jorginho hasn't looked that bad, but I could understand that. I could understand that substitution as well, no doubt. But second half, at least Jorginho a tad better, and I think it's also the fact that Reece James has been closer to him. Reece James almost playing in the midfield. Look at Reece James's position, Ishan. Center of the midfield.
Isn't it? I would say it's a very bold move by Thomas Tuchel to bring in a Reece James in the center. No, you know what, Miss? That means that he knows that there's not much output from the midfield. That's why you're plucking in a Reece James out of his wing-back position and putting him into the midfield. You know the output is not there.
Yeah, absolutely. And this statement from Declan is also bang on. I mean, Ishan, have we seen Alonso at all? He's not done nothing, bro, this game. The man gave us the Real Madrid game and he said, thank you very much. Season 2021-22, that's enough for me. I'm done and dusted. I've given my best. Now I'm looking forward to season 22-23. This guy,
There's no
bro. This
consistency,
guy.
man. Nobody is consistency in our team. Name me one player who's got it. Apart from our defenders, probably Rudiger and Thiago Silva. That's it.
Alonso should be looking to bomb up, man. Jorginho, through ball. Nothing. Jorginho through. Kai Havertz. Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, what
What
a
a goal,
What
Ruben.
a
What a
goal.
goal. What a goal, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Well done. Those messages from Thomas Tuchel has come up trumps. Thomas Tuchel has asked him to be a lot more decisive, give it all his best. And I have to admit, second half, Ruben Loftus-Cheek from that right side has looked very good. And once again, to all the people, not all the people, some people were having a go at Kai Havertz. Look what Kai Havertz has done in this game. Look at him. Inside the box.
Dragged a couple of players.
Drag a couple of players, asking some questions. And it was off the back of his ricochet cross. Ruben gets the opportunity in the box. Boom! What a finish, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic finish. I have to say, I wasn't feeling comfortable. I really wasn't feeling comfortable. At least
I'm still not feeling comfortable with.
I'm still not feeling comfortable. But at least now, Palace will have to come out. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it hasn't been the best game from us. It really hasn't. It really hasn't been the best game for us. But there was some tactical tweak from Thomas Tuchel at halftime. There was some tactical tweak. Reece James more in midfield, helping out Jorginho. Ruben Loftus-Cheek more on that right side. Mason Mount more on that left side. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz up front. Azpi wide. He's always been wide. Ishan, what do you think about that goal from Ruben Loftus-Cheek, bro?
Oh, what a stunner, isn't it? What a stunner. A bit of deflection, but it helps. We'll take it any day of the week. We've not been playing good at all. At all, we're not playing good. And it's goals like these which helps you steal a game. You know what I mean? And probably we'll have to... This is the opportunity for us to take the game to them again. Now, knowing the fact that they'll come to us more aggressively, probably the counter-attacks and Timo Werner looking in for gaps and spaces. This is the time. I think so. We should be more comfortable now in terms of the whole gameplay, and Timo Werner should be licking his lips. And probably he should be looking forward to find more gaps, and
yes,
we should be looking forward to increase our lead definitely.
No, absolutely right. Hopefully this opens up the game a little bit. Crystal Palace has to come out now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we don't change our shape too much and really look for that second goal. Really look for that second goal. Jorginho with the ball, ladies and gentlemen, now. I have to admit, Jorginho, much better second half. Much better second half. And that pass to Kai Havertz, I think it was Jorginho. I think it was Jorginho's pass to Kai Havertz. But correct me if I'm wrong, live chat. Who was the one that passed to Kai Havertz into the box? Let me know. Was it Jorginho? But overall, this half, Jorginho better because tactically Thomas Tuchel has done something. And I think that thing that he's done is he allowed for Reece James to be closer. Nice ball there at that time from Jorginho again. Timo Werner, well done to bring that ball to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Azpilicueta back to Jorginho. Jorginho now completely controlling the midfield. Mason Mount, out wide, outnumbered. Go back, yes. Rudiger to Jorginho. Jorginho now pinging the ball everywhere. That's a foul. Come on, Azpi. Ryanair is the most butter airline. Yes, this isn't our best performance, but what matters? We played better versus Liverpool. We did against Real Madrid. I hope so. Look, let's just go through this game. We'll think about the final later, I suppose. Shubro, Georgie making more through forward balls in this half. 100%. This is what I've been saying as well. This is what I've been much better from Jorginho this half. Who's this? Southgate and Southgate watching Ruben. Yep.
He probably
70
should.
minutes gone.
He probably should go to Milan and start watching Tomori for his team's sake.
He'd rather watch Harry Maguire.
He's watching it and he's ignoring it gleefully.
Absolutely, man. Declan in Ireland saying Benteke coming on. Yep, they have to go for it. Ball gone out for a throw-in. Kudos to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And guys, please notice something. I want each and every one of you guys, nearly 70 of you guys are live. Southampton, where did Ruben Loftus-Cheek play against Southampton? On that right side. Very position where he's got the ball right now. Real Madrid, where did Ruben Loftus-Cheek play his position? On that right side. This game, in the first half, when he came on, where was he playing? On that left side. For some reason, he wasn't looking that well. It's momentum. When you're used to a particular position, and this is probably where he's been training the last few days, in the training ground. I know a lot of people will say, but Miz, he was so much better in Sarri times as an LCM. I get that. But Sarri, how many seasons ago was that, Ishan? Sarri days?
Yeah, I don't know, 4 seasons, 3 seasons.
There you go. So things have changed. It all comes down to what he's doing in the training ground now. Last 2 games, he was on that right side. As soon as in the second half, he makes the switch to the right side, Thomas Tuchel makes that switch, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is starting to look better. I'm not surprised. I really am not.
So, Miz, carrying forward the conversation, don't you think the way Ruben has taken the right-hand side, it's predominantly more like a right-sided number 8? You know
Correct.
what I mean?
Right midfield. Yeah.
Right midfield, and that's where the power of Ruben Loftus-Cheek lies. Probably that's where it seems like he's at the best of his abilities.
At the best. Yes. Absolutely agree.
So most probably when you have a Loftus-Cheek on, it's better to go on a back 4 rather than a back 3. You know what I mean?
100%, bro. 100%.
Because
This
you
is
don't
no-brainer for me.
When you're putting up a Loftus-Cheek on the right-hand side, probably on the right wing back position, you can't expect a Loftus-Cheek to track back for defensive duties like the way Reece James does. So why not relieve him from the defensive duties, at least from the wing back position, and go back to a back 4 and keep Loftus-Cheek as a right-sided number 8.
And not just that, Ishan. As a wing back, you have to hug the touchline. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not that type of a player. He's not someone who likes to hug the touchline. He wants to be 100%. More in the midfield area and be box to box. So I think defensively as well, this role where he is right now on that right side of midfield, it helps him defensively too. He's able to be box to box. And he counter presses as well. As soon as he loses the ball, he counter presses. So for me, this is the right spot for him. And it's proven as well. He's done well the last few games.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at him pressing from the front.
Games. Yeah, it's been 3 games now, Miss, consistently.
Correct. Ladies and gentlemen, Olise and Benteke, all of these players are on now. They're now ultra attack now. Crystal Palace. Come on, Mendy. Should have got to that. Zaha crossing it in. Olise.
Mendy should have got that earlier. Olise is a pain in the ass, man, Miz.
Yeah. They're now all attack. We should hopefully get a counter.
Have we carved ourselves to become a team like this, where we're now comfortable with teams coming at us? Is it? And sometimes it seems like we're more of a sort of a possession-based team.
In this scenario, it's only natural because Crystal Palace has now deployed a lot of attacking players. They've now gone all out attack because obviously they're behind and it's a cup final, it's a knockout situation. I'm not surprised that they're going to have more, like they're going to try and come at us. Look at this, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben, nicely done. Kai Havertz, find Ruben. Ruben in his element now. That perfect counter-attacking.
Havertz should have taken a shot for the first time, man.
He should have gone first half.
Just take a shot.
He should have gone with a shot.
Just make the keeper work.
Yeah, he should have gone with a shot. That is the thing. He's not confident sometimes with the shots. Kai Havertz puts a ball for Timo. Timo finding Mace. Timo finding Mason. Mason through. That's a goal.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's a good goal.
And Timo Werner with an assist. Yet another, I have to say, Timo Werner has had a very good game. And once again, another good game. And this is probably a very different game for Timo Werner. This is a very different game. I did not expect him to play this well. Because Crystal Palace was literally defending a lot. But Mason chips in with a goal. Mason has been quiet the whole game, but comes in clutch with a goal.
Did you see the interception, though, before the attack was launched? Did you see the interception by Rudiger? That was brilliant, though.
Big time interception. Big time interception. Yeah. Good call, Ishan, bro. That was brilliantly done from Rudiger. Mason. See, in these games, I don't mind because I know Mason has played 2 amazing games for us before. You're going to have a game where you're a bit off, maybe, but you still chip in with a goal. I like that. I like that attitude. Whereas previously, Mason wasn't having a good goal and he was a good game, and he was coming in with a goal or an assist, and he was doing that for a very long time. Now, at least he's got credit in the bank. And he's at least come up with a goal, and it's an important goal. It is an important goal. And he comes off, job well done. Look at him. High five. Thomas Tuchel patting him. I love this Ziyech. Good feelings, man. Good feelings. I have to say, Ishan, we tactically did them second half. We did. We tactically did them.
This is what should have been right from the beginning.
Yeah.
But all wells that end well.
Yeah.
Look at the way now Loftus-Cheek is just on the ball.
Lukaku has come on as well. Lukaku has come on. Is Kai Havertz off? Kai Havertz must be off.
Yeah. Ziyech is on for Mount, basically.
Yeah, and Kai Havertz
is off, yeah, and Lukaku's on.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying about Ruben Loftus-Cheek, bro?
Loftus-Cheek off the ball is like now a monster ready to eat the football. You know what I mean? He is ready for the interceptions. He's just going at the player, man on man. This is what you need from a Loftus-Cheek. And I think so.
Blockbuster run as well that time from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Corner coming in. Yes. Oh, they should have scored.
Oh, yep.
Big miss from Anderson.
In the hell
big miss. Open, absolutely open. No defender. That's rubbish defending. Can't have that. Nah, yeah, we got away with that. Good. Just need to wake up. 2-0, ladies and gentlemen, 78 minutes gone. Massive kudos to Thomas Tuchel changing things up at halftime tactically. Big change I saw personally. And we'll talk a lot about it post-match. Big performance from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And Timo Werner, Ishan, he needs to get our flowers again. He has to assist again. And the work rate.
100%. And especially the way you said, Miss, is this is not the game that might suit Werner to his best. Do you know what I mean? But the way he adapted in first half, he was trying to get cut into more spaces, you know. He's trying to sneak into spaces and trying to deliver balls from left hand side to the right hand side. He did that probably a few times, but did not. The other players did not manage to assist him. The second half around, Timo Werner looked more comfortable. The players are now coming at us, and he looks like one of the most threatful players. On the ball, he's better. His passing looks better, and he's had a very good game yet again. And listen, Miz, we call a spade, and Timo Werner again definitely for me has to start the next game.
Has to. You can't drop it, bro. You can. I would be very angry if Thomas Tuchel drops him. I think it will literally devastate Timo Werner's confidence if he's dropped. And I think Thomas Tuchel said in the press conference, in the journalist section of the camera section, he said he's made it difficult for me. He's made it very difficult. I cannot drop him. So I hope Thomas Tuchel stays true to that words. Yeah, I would like Timo Werner to start against Arsenal. I think Arsenal will struggle, Ishan. Timo Werner, I think Arsenal will struggle.
And you know what, Miz? Arsenal naturally, what I've seen is they now like to attack flawlessly. Sometimes they look like headless chickens running here and there, but they like to attack. And I think so this would help Timo Werner especially.
Ziyech! Oh, my habibi. Almost. Kante is on as well, so Jorginho must have went off, yeah?
Yeah, Jorginho's off.
Yeah. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is now genuinely in the pivot. And Ziyech up front. Mason Mount as well. Lukaku as the lone striker. Kante with Ruben in the middle. Now we've gone to a traditional back three. We've now gone to a traditional back three. Oh, well done, Reece. Another solid performance from Reece.
I think so. This makes total sense to me. Like just like you said, going back to a back three. Once now we are leading 1-0 or 2-0, right?
Yes.
Because it's expected that teams would come at us,
yes,
and attack, try to press. So you probably need an extra man in the centre back position.
Correct.
In order to make the ball walk. So it makes total sense.
Correct. Because they have a lot of attackers on right now, Ishan. So we need to make sure that we're man marking each of them, covering them. I have no issues with us playing as a back five now because we're 2-0 up. We should get more opportunities in the counter. So, which is absolutely fine. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate the super chats, Valen. You've been a strong supporter. Here we go. Ruben Loftus-Cheek again from midfield. Lots of room available for him. Azpilicueta bombing on the right side. Things slowing down.
You see that?
And we go back. See, if that was a Tina Livramento, or if that was a Hakimi, or even if it was a Reece James,
even if that was a Reece James, exactly,
they go through, and they go to the byline and they're whipping across. But Aspi simply doesn't have that pace. It is what it is. 2-0 up. Can't complain too much at the moment. Saka versus Alonso. Alonso, disaster class incoming. Look, Valen.
Oh, this is brilliant by Aspi. Look at the way he did.
Oh, well done. Good tackle from Aspi. Very good tackle from... look at him all over Aspi. And now Ruben Loftus-Cheek has taken control of that midfield. Absolutely taken control. Looking good. Valen, I'm hoping Alonso, because he hasn't had a good game this one, that he wakes up against Arsenal. Alonso generally has a situation where he has one good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. So he had a good game against Real Madrid. Now not so good game. Hoping he has a good game against Arsenal. Nice through ball, bit too deep that time for Lukaku. Tariq, come on, man. See, I don't like when we call players clowns and this and that. Like, you can be critical, you can, say things. Just don't like when we're going to go down this way. We waited 80 minutes watching the clown Jorginho. I have to say, Ishan, Jorginho much better in the second half. Much better. Like, let's be honest. Not so good in the first half. Absolutely not so good in the first half. Second half, a lot better. And I think was important to our setup. Him Reece James, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. What do you think
Yeah.
about his second half, bro?
No, I think the same. Second half was better. He started whipping in and finding balls on the right extreme, which was Aspie. He was starting to pinpoint mounts with his passes. He was more direct. Earlier in the first half, he was sort of waiting. He was startled. He was confused what to do. He didn't know what was going to happen. Second half he looked much more better, much more composed, and I think so. Props has to be given to Mason Mount as well because he was dropping back and then
Yes.
probably assisting Jorginho and relieving the pressure of him. So props to Mason Mount as well.
100% props to Mason Mount as well. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat again. Whenever we are favorites against AFC, we falter. I hope the players know this, Valen. I really do. I hope the players know that we've stuffed up against Arsenal last season twice. Once when they were on a losing streak and we were their first victory after 2.5 months. Something like that. They nearly went 3 months without a victory. Incredible. And then at the end of the season, we gave them a victory as well, that 1-0. I hope the players know that once again, they've got 3-match losing streak that we don't allow them to win this. I hope the players know this. A lot of people are saying Rudy injured. I did see that, but hopefully he's back up. And he is back up. And he's moving fine. He's moving fine. So hopefully it should be all okay. I must say, very, very professional performance in the second half from Chelsea Football Club. First half was horrendous. But 100% something to cheer about in the second half. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben! Timo Werner is through. Lots of space. Cut in. Timo, see, that's the old Timo, Ishan. That's the old Timo Werner.
Yeah.
He had all that time to just chill. Do you feel Ishan sometimes he's too quick for his own good?
Man said too quick for his own good. Yeah, I think so. He's too quick for all of the players. You know what I mean? Sometimes he goes way advanced, but it is what it is. I think so. If this is the way he's gotta he's gotta contribute to the team at his best, so be it. I'm happy.
Nah, for sure. I wish Timo just slowed down a little bit, find that pass in midfield, and you could have then put a striker through. I think it was Lukaku who was through, but it is what it is. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, man of the match. Yeah, I would have to say big impact in the second half with the goal as well that broke the duck, and his overall impact from that right side, impressive. Not just the goal, off the ball, defending with the ball, driving, impressive, very, very impressive. I would have to say. Werner footballing IQ is literally -10. Miz, would you take the FA
Happy.
Cup?
I would say happy realization to that.
Yeah. Mohammed Duzay is saying, Miz, would you take the FA Cup at the expense of finishing 4th any day of the week? I mean, who cares if you're 4th or 3rd? I mean,
or
who cares if you're even second?
Matter.
Or even second for that matter. So at the end of the day, 100%, yeah, I'll take 4th and the FA Cup. FA Cup is a silverware. I'll take that. I've got no issues with that. Timo gets man of the match, does he? Okay. I mean, look, once again, Southampton, good performance. Real Madrid, good performance. And both of those games, he was probably close enough to be man of the match. This game as well, I personally would give it to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But once again, he's close. He's the clear second. That's a good through. Timo. Communication between Timo and Lukaku is down. And Lukaku with a thumbs up. Kante, Ziyech.
The way you said that.
Lukaku didn't. I mean, look, yeah, I suppose he cut back in thinking when I was going to cut it back in. But if Lukaku
Isn't
just
it
stayed.
mad, Miss? Isn't it mad the way we thought we're signing a superstar and how mediocre this player has been? I'm talking about Lukaku here.
Yeah.
We perceive him now like a very, very mediocre player. But we thought that he would have been a superstar for us.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. But honestly, Ishan, I am really hoping that this guy comes into gears, like he clicks into gears, because it would only mean good for us. But we'll see what happens. Lukaku with the control. Timo Werner inside the box. This time, Lukaku.
You were saying something, Miss? You're saying something?
Far out. How'd you miss that, Lukaku? It was well done but from him to control the ball.
My days.
Then he missed it. And
You
then
were saying
Timo
something.
Werner absolutely burnt it. And, Lukaku, you should score that. You should score that, Lukaku. You need to score that. And then how did Hakim Ziyech didn't score from here?
Oh my days.
But Lukaku needed to score that. He really did. Ishan, 100 million striker needs to score that, yeah?
Of course. 100 million striker shouldn't be a rotational player in the FA Cup semi-final in the first place. You know what I mean? That shows how big time you've effed it up.
That should have been Timo Werner's second assist as well. Oh my God. Was that Rudiger? What's Rudiger doing inside the box like that?
I thought it was Lukaku for a second.
No, I thought it was
No, it's
Lukaku as
Rudiger.
well. I thought the man, I was very surprised. I was like, man, he's moving quick all of a sudden. I thought, how's Lukaku moving so quick?
Rudiger's putting a better shift than Lukaku.
And for a second, I was like, wow, Lukaku lost like a lot of weight in like the last 2 minutes. Corner coming in for Chelsea. Yeah. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Lukaku hat tricks of thumbs up in the box. Should have scored. And this is what Thomas Tuchel was saying in the press conference as well, that Timo Werner has taken his chances and now he's not looking back. Lukaku, all it takes, that goal. If you just scored that goal against Real Madrid as well, that header, you got to take your chance and then maybe you can come back into some sort of form. That wasn't a difficult opportunity. Lukaku, holding player off. Lukaku inside the box. Timo, going for a 6. First time Timo done something a bit weird in this game. But
Isn't it funny how I don't expect good finishing from any of my strikers?
Timo was in good position. But by the way, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone to the final. We have stormed into the final. 2-0 Chelsea Football Club. A very, very professional, very efficient second half. Tactically, something different. We're going to unpack all of that. We will talk about everything. Make sure you comment as well. I'll go to Ishan first up. Ishan, how'd you see that match? First half, second half, some standout performance for you, things that looked good for you. Talk to me, bro.
Can we just Control A delete to the first half and then just watch the match from the second half? Because that was probably a better performance. That should have been the way, the intensity right from the beginning of the game. But first half, we were absolutely shit, man. We had no idea what we were doing. No creation, no creativity, no intensity, no ambition. Players were just hovering around, just stagnant, nowhere to go, no movement. It was just dreadful first half. Second half, a bit of a tactical change where you had Loftus-Cheek, just shifted a little bit around the right hand side, and on the ball, it seemed like we were playing in a back four with Loftus-Cheek on the right hand side and Azpilicueta trying to make the overlapping runs with Reece James, shifting his position from right wing back position to the double pivot position, trying to assist Jorginho there in the midfield, and also Mason Mount trying to drop back deep and then trying to create something. It worked out really well, and very good second half performances. A good goal by Loftus-Cheek. That was a smacker of a goal.
What a performance
you
from
need-
Ruben Loftus-Cheek, yeah, Ishan?
Yeah, and that goal was important because if that goal wasn't scored, I think so the second goal wouldn't have been possible, because you wouldn't have opened up Crystal Palace then, if not for the first goal, and then the second goal would have seemed a little bit more difficult than what it actually was this time around. So yeah, good performance by Loftus-Cheek, and good way to end the semi-finals. 2-0 up. We're now again a Chelsea Liverpool final.
Bro, this is our
Second,
third final in FA Cup. 3 years
three in a row. My days, and we
We can't screw this. We can't screw this. We can't have three.
This one.
We screwed last season against Leicester. We really
We
screwed that one.
bottled it two times, miss. We bottled it against
Yes,
Arsenal. That
yes,
was an
yes.
absolute bottle house. And the second one as well against Leicester, that we shouldn't have lost that as well. I thought we were the better team. And then this time around, I think so it's Liverpool. Carabao Cup, again, we were the better team against Liverpool. We lost it in the worst way possible in the penalty shootout. This time around, again, a final against Liverpool. I can't wait. I hope we get our hands into the silverware.
100%. Declan in Ireland, women's and men's cup finalists. Go Chelsea. Exactly. The women's team has made it as well. Fantastic achievement, ladies and gentlemen. Shubro is saying 5 FA Cup finals in the last 6 seasons. We have to win this one. We lost the last two. We cannot screw this one up. Chelsea versus Liverpool FA Cup final. You best believe Liverpool are going to be up for it, and we cannot have that first half. We cannot have that first half. We've got to be a lot better. Means I'm very confident we'll win the FA Cup against City. What? Against City? Liverpool, bro. Liverpool. City's out. Mohamed Uzzah has already eliminated Liverpool.
He's on smoke today.
He's on some extra smoke. Sai Krishna, I love Timo, man. He does so well every time and starts playing cricket when asked to have a shot on target. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this match, ladies and gentlemen. First half, pathetic. Let's be honest. First half was pathetic. Nothing. Sideways passes, slow. Jorginho was absolutely abysmal. Kovacic injured as well. Not good for us. And everything was a bit disjointed. Attack wasn't connecting with midfield. Midfield was slow with the defense. Madness. Second half, it changed things. Oh, okay, Mohammed, talking about women's FA Cup final. Fair enough. Sorry about that. Appreciate that, man. I'll take that back, Mohammed Uzzah. You're not on any smoke. You're on some good stuff. Truly. Second half, tactically, we changed a little bit. Ruben Loftus-Cheek went from the left to the right. Reece James a little bit more closer to Jorginho in midfield, trying to give us that midfield domination. Mason Mount on that left side. And everything sort of clicked into gears. Ruben Loftus-Cheek came out of his shell for the past 2 games, well, even now this one, but especially the Southampton and Real Madrid. He was playing on that right side and he was dominating. Let's talk a little bit about player performances. We're going to touch on a few players. Ishan, first of all, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Southampton, something different on that right side. A lot of people think about his time against under Sarri on that left side, LCM, doing really good. But those days are over. Now on that right side against Southampton, he does well. Once again against Real Madrid, he does well. Yes, some iffy moments here and there, but he does well. And as soon as he moves to that right side, Ishan, he comes into his element again. That thing that you were talking about, that number 8. Box to box, defensively, he was strong. And when we went in front, that counter attack, He was the perfect player to have for counter, driving that ball. He literally takes 2 to 3 steps, Ishan, and he's in the opposition half, in the opposition third. Ishan, what do you think about Ruben Loftus-Cheek? Are you impressed by his performances? Would you like to see him against Arsenal?
I think so. It was a contrasting performance where Loftus-Cheek, if you compare the first half and second half he was more comfortable. Just like you said, him being there in the right hand side, he was probably shifted into the right wing back position. Which, don't get carried away, he's not a wing back player. He might not be at the best when it comes to defensive duties as a wing back player, but then when it comes to attacking for front, he's a better player and he's more confident there at the right hand side. I don't know the reason behind it, but it's been 3 games continuously now where Loftus-Cheek is playing on the right hand side and he's delivering good output. He's looking like he's at his natural best, and he looks more confident. As simple as that. Nothing too critical about it. He's just looking confident at the right hand side, and also he's got sometimes Mason Mount and Timo Werner trying to assist him on the right hand side. And he looks a different player there. But another concern that we need to solve here is when we saw Loftus-Cheek on the right hand side, we saw Reece James moving back into the double pivot position with Jorginho there. So this is sort of a quick fix we did in the half time, but that should not be the thing going ahead into the Premier League games and probably the FA Cup final game that is going to come. We need to have a proper game plan, and I think so. If we would have started Loftus-Cheek with on the right hand side itself, we would have been better right from the get-go since Loftus-Cheek started playing in this game, right? So from the next time around, I think so. If we're playing a Loftus-Cheek and if we want him to be on the right-hand side, knowing the fact that he's not the best at the defensive duties when it comes to right wing back, why not do a switch back to a back four, have Reece James on the right back position, try
Yes.
to cope up with Loftus-Cheek, and Loftus-Cheek being in the right hand side in the number 8 position, that would
Yes.
suit him the best. And guess what? It's suiting the team, more than him.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
Yes. Yes.
We are not sugarcoating here anything. We are not cooking things here. It
The
is
team
as
looks
simple as
better.
that,
The team looks better.
right?
Yeah.
Now it's been 3
Defensively
games,
as well.
miss.
Defensively as well.
It's 100%, and it's been 3 games where we're not cooking up things. We're not talking, just on the air. It's been 3 games now: Southampton, Real Madrid, and now Crystal Palace. And especially the second half, we've seen that. The team looks more comfortable, more confident, and you know what, miss? Doesn't matter if your if the opponent is on a low block or on a high line. This sort of formation, this sort of structure with Ruben on the right hand side, if Ruben is playing, suits the team more. It's like we're opening a bit more gates for chances creation, and that's what I saw in this game.
100%. The other thing that I have to mention, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why I need our fan base to be serious about one particular matter. Ruben Loftus-Cheek scored. Mason Mount scored. Where are these 2 players from? Where are these 2 players coming from? Chelsea Academy. Cobham boys. I need you guys to understand. Do not disrespect the academy. There are some supreme talents, man. I'm telling you, supreme talents. Recently, I made a video on Levi Colwill. And I said Levi Colwill needs to be in the squad somehow next season. And some of you guys were saying, "Oh no, we can't have all of these, academy players. We need, we need the Kunde. We need this. We need that." Don't disrespect the academy boys. I used to before. I stopped this season because I realized these guys are damn good, damn good. I mean, Ishan. We now, I know Mark Geehee didn't have a good game, but he's another one of those Cobham boys. Conor Gallagher, another one of those Cobham boys. How serious under the new ownership that's coming up, Ishan? And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about player performances. Obviously, we only talked about Ruben. We'll continue on. We'll talk about many other players. Ishan, how important is it, the new owners, and Thomas Tuchel said this in the press conference as well, we have to have a vision to keep integrating youth players into the first team. How important is that?
100%. It's so important, and Look at the current crisis that we're already having in the wing back position. We could have sorted that out at
Tina
least.
Livramento.
Yeah, and even if not that, maybe mid-season we could have found somebody from the academy, be it a quick fix, at least till the end of the season for probable substitution for a Chilwell. So you know what I mean? At least for short term, at least for the games where where we could have chipped in that substitution from the academy. That could have been done. We don't rely. We Liverpool have done that in the last season when they were heavily they had injury, long list of injury. They did that with few players chipping in. We could have done that easily. We did that. It's fine. Maybe we need more nurtured players. But look at the list of players we have spread out in the whole Premier League in different teams. It's like we're into the point now where Arsenal fans are frustrated, and going back to your reaction video which you did miss, so Arsenal fans are frustrated that they do not want to see Chelsea loanees anywhere. They shouldn't be allowed to play. It's gone to that level.
Man.
You speak about a Conor Gallagher, you speak about a Tino Livramento, you speak about a Tariq Lamptey, you speak about an Armando Broja, you speak about Mark Gahey. These guys are balling. These guys are balling, and you not just and these guys are not just ordinary killers now. They're like the flag bearers in their teams. They're spearheading in their own department. So it looks so good, man. And also the players that we have currently in the team: Mason Mount, Reece James, Loftus-Cheek coming up with some clutch performances. It's good to see, and I think so we should be more relying on academies, especially in situations like these, miss, where we have Chilwell with a long-term injury and probably Reece James with the on and off injury. We should be relying on academies more rather than probably going into the transfer market every time.
100%, man. 100%. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, from PYS. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It's been a tough road with injuries, going on 5 loans. I've always believed in myself to play for Chelsea. I'm still here because of my mentality. I've always believed in myself. I'm playing a lot now. I mean, I'm so proud. I really am. Even some of us sort of thought maybe he was done. But Thomas Tuchel, again, finds another way of integrating this player, much like how he has done with many other players. And now we are starting to see maybe something different. 3 games in a row on that right side. I want this to continue against Arsenal. I think he will be a devastating player against them. He will rip them up in shreds. Scoring the goal today, kudos to him. Very, very happy about that. Honestly, I cannot wait to see more of Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the right side. Ishan, let's now talk about Timo Werner. We called him a lot of stuff. We have to be honest. We called him many things to a point where we didn't even call him a footballer. Rightfully so. Most of the fan base did that. Then the Southampton game happens. Southampton game happens, and this guy absolutely kills it. Could have scored 6 himself as opposed to 6-0 Chelsea. Very, very electric performance. Real Madrid, 2 different games. One game against Southampton, high line. Real Madrid was actually a low block to mid block. Different games. And he once again had a superb game, work ethic, electric performance, assist, goal, brilliant. Goal was fantastic, and the assist for Mason Mount was also good. I think Mason Mount is also enjoying playing with Timo Werner, now getting two assists from Timo Werner. Now this game, yes, first half difficult, but in a difficult first half, he was probably the one who looked somewhat all right, and I was very surprised because it was Crystal Palace with the low block. Second half, Timo comes alive again with the assist. Overall, electric. Probably should have scored a goal. Definitely should have got a second assist for Lukaku's chance. Ishan, I know 3 games. I get it. Only 3 games. I have said it in my recent video, guys. Check that out. I talked about Timo Werner. I said I want to see for the rest of the season for myself to make a judgment, because I cannot deny what we have seen for the season up until now. The earlier parts to the mid parts, he wasn't looking good. Last 3 games looking good, and I want to see till the end of the season. But I have to say, he cannot be dropped now. Ishan, what's your thoughts?
I think so. I agree. We've been very critical with Timo Werner, and especially me. I've been very vocal, and rightly so. I think so. Nobody can deny the fact that he's not been at the best of what we wanted him to be, and definitely the levels are above. And I would still say that, but the last 3 games, The last 3 games is the Timo Werner that we need.
Yeah.
The last 3 games is the Timo Werner that we want, and the team needs, Thomas Tuchel needs. And I think so. This is the phase that he's got the momentum. 3 games, very very good performances, and it looks like he's lifted the team spirit to play more. You know what I mean? The way he's getting chances, the way he's commanding from the front. I think so. It's good to see. It's good to see Timo Werner, especially get into score sheet, especially get into the assist list. It's good to see Timo Werner there, but I want him to continue this consistency. I'd want this run of his to go for a little bit more longer until the season ends. Better late than never. It's quite late in the season, but then still, at least we're having him perform at some phase where we need him to perform. And be it this game, be it against Real Madrid, be it against Southampton, he's done it. And 3 games on the trot, we are seeing the best of Timo Werner. Uh, we want him to carry on the form, and let's see how it goes, how long, how well it goes. If this is the sort of consistent runs that he wants to sort of come back to the confidence level which he was supposed to be in, so be it. That's why I want him to start more. And the point that you made, Miss, I feel it's so important in terms of Timo Werner, that this opponent that we saw in first half and second half, we saw the 2 phases of one opponent. When first half, it was more sort of a low block where Crystal Palace did not push us a lot in terms of pressing. When you had Timo Werner to intelligently find his run, find the gaps, find the spaces in between, and trying to run, trying to exploit the space. And the second half, it was sort of different, where you had Timo Werner on his powers, where we were leading after a few minutes. Timo Werner had the power to create more spaces, and I told you, Miss, I told you right away after the first goal, we might be getting a second goal very soon, because this is
Yeah.
the way we might like. This is the way we need to watch Timo Werner. And exactly, he got an assist there for Mason Mount's goal. So brilliant gameplay by Timo Werner, and I think so he definitely needs to start the next game as well.
100% agreed. 100% agreed. Declan in Ireland, TT says very challenging. We have played more minutes than any other team in Europe. Control performance. Praise says excellent. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, 100%. Man, he's been incredible. First FA Cup final between 2 German coaches. Wow. Let's talk a little bit about Romelu Lukaku. Then we talk about the final a little bit. Ishan, Romelu Lukaku, this is my standpoint about Romelu Lukaku. I don't think he's a bad footballer, because you don't go from being Serie A's #1 lethal striker to become a bad footballer. You can't. You simply cannot. And he's done it previously in the Premier League for Everton, for West Brom, even in Man United. As bad as he was, he still banged in goals. But for some reason, he's so lacking confidence. Miss against Real Madrid, clear-cut header, no one around him. A miss again this game. Should have finished, 100 million striker, should have finished, and that would have lifted Timo Werner to a second assist, and it just gives Timo a lot more confidence as well, because that would have been a nice assist for Timo. I mean, Ishan, Thomas Tuchel in the press conference said, Romelu Lukaku needs to take his chance. He has to take his chance, because football is a funny game. You take a chance, things can start changing for you. What do we do with this guy, man? What do we do? Do we keep giving him chance, hoping that it's going to click? Or do we part ways? I mean, I know we don't have any chance at the moment. We need to just check things out. But I don't think he starts against Arsenal. Maybe another off-the-bench opportunity. But he has to take it. He has to take those opportunities. Thoughts, bro?
Of course, he's not starting against Arsenal. I don't think so. At this rate, he's going to start any remaining games in the Premier League and in this season as well. I don't think so. That'd be injustice. Because as far as we know, the fact that Kai Havertz has had a good run. It's just past couple of games probably. Kai Havertz has not been involved much, but we know the fact that his movement is still good enough to just write off Lukaku, and I can gleefully say that. Isn't it funny how a 100 million player comes to the club, and now he's not even in the playing 11 list. He's not even the one first in the pecking orders, And whenever he gets a rotational chance, in the second half, the passion is still not there. The hunger is still not there. How can you, like you said, Miss, how can you be a Serie A top scorer, come to a Premier League, become a rotational player, and still have no hunger to score goals? You know what I mean? If you're getting a freaking 15 minutes or last 20 minutes of the game, you should be running your backsides off the whole ground,
sure.
man.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get a goal, it doesn't matter. Just show that intention. Do you know what I mean? Stop thumbing up. Put this thumb on your backside and start running, man. Show the world that you're there to play. I mean, you're a footballer at the end of the day. You talk yourself into the levels of Lewandowski, Harry Kane's, and you want to become a sort of that kind of striker. But you're getting 15 minutes of gameplay and you still don't look like you're hungry for goals. How can you justify that? I really don't know. I'm not telling you to just go out there and go bonkers, score 3-4 goals every 15 minutes you get. But then at least still show the intention, Miz. You gotta run, you gotta push, you gotta press. At least these are the basics
effort,
that you can do.
That effort has
Show
to be
the
there.
effort, man. Show the effort. You got a 15 minutes. Don't tell me you're gonna get tired for 15 minutes. Freaking run for 15 minutes, man. Run continuously. At least you'll be on our senses, right?
I mean, look at Rudiger, the way
catch
he
a
ran
rat,
into the box.
right? Be involved more. As simple as that. Whenever somebody has that relentless run, we catch with our eyes. As simple as that. Even small efforts are being caught by our eyes. If you give that effort in the pitch, we'll see it. At this point of time, it's not looking as such. And it's funny how uh, a number 9 who scores that much and he's on so much of wage comes out and shows no effort to play, even if he's getting 15 minutes. I know that his ego must be like, oh, I'm a sort of a starter, I should be starting. You're not even doing good enough for 15 minutes. How
Bro,
you're
he
supposed
has a
to start the
big
game,
ego. He has a big ego. Apparently,
right?
he thinks he should be talked in the likes of Ronaldo and Messi. He thinks he's that level.
Exactly, right? I mean, he's got that big ego, but how can you even feed your ego when you're not performing well? Perform well, show to the world, and then have a big ego. That sort of equalizes things. You're not even giving effort. Forget about good performance. You're not even giving an effort for a good performance, even for 15 minutes for that matter. How can I expect you to start the next game when you're not even giving any sort of effort in that 15 minutes game time? And you've been poor. Don't come out and tell me that you're supposed to start. How can we start you? You've been poor in 15 minutes. How can I expect you to be good in freaking first half for 60, 70 minutes? You know what I mean? So no, man.
100%.
And I agree with you, Miss. Listen, we've talked a lot about Lukaku as well. I agree with you. He's not a bad player, but where is your effort? Where is your commitment, man? I know the interview has ruined things a lot, and I might know somewhere down the line you don't want to be in this club, regardless. Whatever you think, I don't matter. I know the fact that you don't want to be here, but still, you know the fact that you're locked in at least for another season minimum. So why not go out there and just do your best for the sake of yourself? Because you know the fact that if you get kicked out of this club after a couple of seasons, you're going nowhere with this sort of performance, continuous performance. So why not pick yourself up, man?
100%. 100%, man. Absolutely well said, Ishan. He needs to pick himself up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slowly wrap things up because I'm going to do a review with Jonathan and Taryn, who are in the just outside the stadium. So we'll do a review live from Wembley. But kudos to the team, especially the second half. We now move forward and look forward to FA Cup final. Yet another final, ladies and gentlemen. Kudos to Thomas Tuchel. Yet another final. Massive, massive cheers for this man, for all the adversities we've had this season and his personal issues as well. Makes it to another final, but we have to win this. We have to win this. We got to beat Liverpool. I love what Ruben Loftus-Cheek said post-match, that we need to settle the score with Liverpool. They've already got the Carabao Cup. We need to get this FA Cup. And if we play the way we played the second half, the Real Madrid game, we can do the job. We can do the job, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. We'll be back for the review. Make sure you check that review out, which will be a pre-recording. And hope you all have a fantastic rest of the weekend. Wherever you are, Chelsea is whenever we win, it's always a good weekend. And the fact that we've gone into the FA Cup final, fantastic. Ishan, thank you so much for your time once again. We shall see you guys very, very soon with many more watch-alongs and live sessions, hopefully, in the upcoming days. Until next time, smash the like button. Make sure you smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time. And make sure you follow Ishan. The link to his Instagram, it's there. Make sure you follow. Until next time, take care and see you.